Shut up, Pokemon. Have you got Twitter? Have you got Twitter? You're not going to believe this. Big ups all you chuffers in chat. I'll play another one of those songs in a minute. Have you got Twitter? Because look at this. This is a Twitter poster called Joe, right? Now, I don't know who Joe is. They've got 20,000 followers. They've got the British flag. It's always a bit of a worry on Twitter when it's the British flag. 20,000 followers. I love my three boys with all my heart. I will love and protect them always. Retweets are not endorsements. Okay? They're followed by a few people that I actually follow, but then I follow all sorts of people. So I don't know. But they seem to be a little bit nationalistic. They've put up this tweet. They've ripped Alan's TikTok and they've put it as if it's their own tweet. Yeah? Like, some people do this shit. Fair enough. Like, you know, it's clipping someone else and putting it on your TikTok. Yeah? They're probably earning money from their TikTok. Like, they've got the blue tick and you can get... oh, no, they haven't got a blue tick, actually. They haven't got a blue tick, sorry. They haven't got a blue tick. They might not be earning money off their TikTok. Sorry. I got distracted there. Maybe they're not earning money off their TikTok, but maybe they are, maybe they're not. Alan's big on TikTok anyway. This has had 300 retweets and it's had 11,000 views, which is pretty good for TikTok, for Alan. Alan's got a little viral moment happening, a real one, not one of his fake ones where he's paid for the views, although I don't know what these right-wing people do on TikTok, whether they pay for the views or not, but it's going up as we speak. It's getting retweeted as we speak. And you know what it is? Look at this.
She says, I was at work the other day and I saw this person kicking off, saying I've been here 5 hours. And this person here has gone straight in to see a doctor. And she said, the reception said, that's because they can't speak English. If they can't speak English, they have to go to the front of the queue, right? And you might think that's racist, right? Well, just because they can't speak English, that's racist to let them go in front of me, right? Isn't it? Why are they going before me because they can't speak English? And here's the answer. Because they got to have an interpreter, the interpreter is not allowed to wait more than an hour at the max. So the interpreter, Sudanese interpreter, turns up, sits there speaking yabba yabba. Yeah, you're going to be seen. They've got to go first because they can't afford to pay this Sudanese interpreter 5 hours to sit there waiting to get in to see the doctor. So they're saving you money. Right? They're saving you money because they're like...
Oh my God.
Peter Folding, Ian Huntley, Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile, Alan Vinicum, 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 Kiddie come. Kiddie come. Kiddie come. You know what you've got to do. You know what you must do. You know what you must do.
Alan Vinicum. Come on, I don't get him Peter Sutcliffe. Peter Sutcliffe.
I need to make a finished version of that song because it's actually quite good, that one. So what you must do, it's up to you, don't have to do this. I'm not advertising, to hassle the man. But listen, I think if people want to know about Alan Vinicum, then if you know about Alan Vinicum, it might be a good idea to maybe tell some of these. I mean, these commenters, they've left, look, they've left comments. They've left comments. Like, this one's good, NHS worker, this is just lies. This person who works for the NHS has just said, this is just lies. And you know what's brilliant about this? Is it absolutely proves how Alan behaves and how the right wing behave. Like they haven't checked Alan's bollocks. They've just published it on their own thing, and it's bollocks, isn't it? Yeah. So like, don't they look stupid? Well, not unless you know that it's bollocks, and like you know that it's bollocks. Now you know that like most of these right wing people just repost a load of fucking bollocks. They just repost a load of fucking bollocks, don't they? They just repost a load of bollocks. Look, the man in the video. The man in the video. The man in the video. Alan Vinicum. 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 The man in the video. He sings with kids on Smooth. Nancy. Get as famous as you fucking want. Get as famous as you fucking want, you noncer. Because they'll all find out you're a noncer. Peter Fulton, Ian Huntley, Jimmy Savile, Alan Vinicum, 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 Alan Vinicum. Is it noncer? What's that coming over the hill? What's that coming over the hill? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a noncer? Is it a noncer? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a noncer? Is it a noncer? Hitler, Casey, Maloney, Polanos, Myra and Myra Hindley, Craig Twins, Peter Fulton, Ian Huntley, Jimmy Savile. This is good, really, basically. If I cut my hair a little bit, I went out to see some friends and stuff, and I wanted to put a few short layers in, but I didn't do it properly. Not properly, I didn't do it from the back, I did it from the front. So I have cut my hair in the past, all the time. I just cut it a bit sometimes. I'm a former hairdresser, but the main thing that's different is it's all shagged up all around my headphones like that. Big ups to everyone in chat. Big ups to all you chuffers, like all of you chuffers. And you want the Gin Wobble song. Big ups Curious Cat, hello you. You don't want to check Alan's bollocks, says Jono Jess. Someone says he looks like Jurgen Klopp. Someone in the comments said he looks like Jurgen Klopp. In these comments, someone said he looked like Jurgen Klopp. In these comments. But I just wondered, like, it's just me at the moment who's posted about Alan Vinicum. Well, it's not. There's one other person. Actually, there is one other person. And they posted about him that he was bad and that he'd been going to... I don't trust anything this man says. He's already in high court for harassing and defaming victims of a tragic murder for the past 5 years. So they said that. For everyone who's yet to be saved in Christ. Yeah, look. There you go. They follow me already. I might follow them back. Shall I follow them back? They seem pretty... they've retweeted about Donald Trump's crypto token. Anti-vax. Pro-net in your... I'll probably just not follow them. But they don't like Alan either, so... got something in common. And then, so basically, this is good, yeah? Oh, look, there's an advert for schools there. That's interesting, the way they've decided to put that on this post. Bit of a weird one. What do you think? Maybe, some of these people who are saying things about the video they've just watched on Twitter who think it's great. Why don't fucking send them back, migrants? This person says, I watch way too much A&E in 24 hours to agree with this guy. This isn't true what he says. They know it's not true. They know it's not true. Like simple, normal people like me and you, well, many of you. But we know it's not true. We know it's not true. It's a nonsense, isn't it? A load of bollocks. But isn't it great that Alan's right-wing bollocks has been called out by me? And I know what's great about it, right, is that, look, what's great about it is that this is going to get a load of views. Yeah, and I just really want everyone that views it to second, like, first of all, they might say, I mean, a load of people won't agree with it, okay, but the ones that do, and they go like, yeah, retweet that, fucking have that, retweet that. Like, I want them to think later, oh shit, I've just retweeted a nonce, and like to think about what they're tweeting in for fucking once. You know, to think about whether it's from some good person or a bad person, or whether you trust the media. You know, these people are idiots. They're flipping idiots, man. They're flipping idiots. Let's make sure. Bollocks to crypto coins. I don't know. Maybe they're good. Bollocks to them. I'm not doing anything about them. Not touching them. Although I do have some Bitcoin in an old computer that I'll never be able to fucking fish out for the life of me now. And £100 in Dogecoin that went up to 1,000, 3,000, 10,000. Then the market crashed before I could work out how to get it out of the wallet. But yeah, like, I'm not going to talk about cryptos in here, really. I'm not going to promote that in here. Financial, staying away. But the, what do you call it? The Alan Vinicum situation. The Alan Vinicum situation, listen, is that Alan Vinicum is being seen by actual real people now. 11,000 actual views on Twitter. Not 100,000 fake views on TikTok. 11,000 actual views on Chuffcoin. Okay, I completely take back what I just said about crypto. We're launching our own. It's going to be great. Rug pull coin. But like, this is incredible scenes, yeah? This is really weird and incredible. So what we need to do is make sure that everybody that fucking sees him knows that he's a nonce, in my opinion. That's my opinion because it's for the public safety. Like, or at least when I say that, I just mean share the actual video of him singing with the kids, maybe. Like, that's actually him. Like, I'm not being unfair there. That's his video that he had publicly on the internet. Let's see what I've got. Have I got any good notifications about that? Oh, someone says check out Super Chuffer. Anyway, I shouldn't really show my notifications on here, but I was just checking to see if any of the racists had gotten done yet. It's battery exhausted. You need to see if you want to see whether battery exhausted. Ah, look, where's my song? Also, I was recording that so that you could see it before it got deleted, because I assume I'm going to be banned by fucking Joe the racist. Fuck you, racists! Fuck you, you stupid racists! How dare you say you're not racists? You are stupid racists! Everybody knows that you are racists! Oh, Alan Vinicum, basically an old bastard, a racist fucking bastard. Get that, you fucking racist bastard. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, you fucking bastard. Do you think he's going to be enjoying this, though? Because I think he will be, don't you think? Like, this is like his people are sharing him now. Like, he's tapped into a new audience of thickies. And that's what he needs, is an audience of thickies. Like, that's all he ever needs, is an audience of thickies. And he's tapped into a new audience of thickies. He's going to be fucking loving that. He's going to be disappointed that he's not actually getting the views, and this other person that's retweeted him, and like, they haven't retweeted him, they've stolen his content and put it as theirs. But he's gonna feel something about it, isn't he? I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he's friends with Joe and he's promoted it to them and said, "Hey Joe, you fucking have this and put it on your tweeter." This to me looks like a fucking fake bot tweeter. Like, maybe they are real people who behave like bots because they're so pumped full of propaganda. But like, this to me looks like a fake bot tweeter. Look, there's Katie Hopkins, but it's not a retweet actually. It's a clip again. Stolen the content from Katie Hopkins and put it on the right. She could have she's obviously found it on Katie Hopkins' fucking Twitter or whatever, and she's cut it and put it there. Maybe it's off of TikTok. But anyway, she's not referencing it and giving the link. She's just stealing the content of Katie Hopkins. Fair enough. Twat. And then a man taking estrogen and then announcing he's biologically a woman. Oh, I see, it's all about that. It's just hard politics the whole fucking time, except for the odd, haha, we're really relatable. We're relatable ones. And then it's mainly hard politics that there's Farage. Isn't it odd that you can go to prison for calling someone a pedo but not for being one? What? Yeah, I think you can go to prison for being a pedo, you fucking pedo. Yeah. Like, so it's one of these, yeah? So to me, that doesn't even look like a real person. It looks like a fake account made up to look like a real person, or someone that's so thick that they don't have their own thoughts. Instead, they're like, you know, the scummy pages of the Daily Mail. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And Alan's top of the page today, look. Alan's the one. 13 hours ago. I need to get that message out to those people. I need to get that message out to those people. It's good, say, stuff for Chuff on YouTube, Princey, but I don't know if you're locked, which means like other people can't see your tweet, and also it's battery exhausted. They want to see. I'm Super Chuffer, but you won't see anything about Alan on Super Chuffer. So yeah, if you've got Twitter and you've got an opinion on that, that's what Twitter's for. You can share it with the people in the comments on that, I guess. Probably get yourself banned. And that was tweeted by Joe McCain, Jomickane, Joe McCain. So I don't think I'm like, this isn't me trying to like, you know, harass people. This is open social media, and they've retweeted Alan Vinicum, and we all know a lot about Alan Vinicum over here, so maybe they'd like to learn. What do you think? How is your Sunday going? 12 hours ago that was like last night, wasn't it? That was 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning last night. Bit of a weird time for it to go up, you know? But yeah, and also, I'll tell you what's mad about it to me, is I don't really believe that, I mean, maybe at 2 in the morning all the right-wing nutters are up because they're high on cocaine and they haven't got anything to do all night, but I really believe that when it's like times like that, social media is slower. So maybe this would have got more views and more retweets, and maybe it will now. But maybe they put these things on in the middle of the night and they give them the view boost in the middle of the night, like Luke does. You know, Luke and his channel, where he gets like thousands of views at 4 a.m. Like, fucking lying cunt. So those sort of people, I think, probably, like, this might have got posted and boosted or some shit, or it might not have done. Like, it does seem a bit weird, doesn't it, for some just fucking, you know, Joe, I love my boys, I'm just doing some retweets, and then, like, you know, you're getting thousands and thousands of views on Twitter with your heavily political, very regular propaganda. Feels a little bit like you might be working at it a little bit more than normal people. Do you know what I mean? Like, rather than just be people having a Twitter and just saying what they think into the Twitter, feels like this might be more of a job to some people. Like, you know how I say they're like a bot? Maybe they're working at it a bit more like a job. Whatever, it's just fucked and weird, and I just don't trust any of it. But the more people that see it and the more people that comment, the more people that talk about Alan Vinicum, the better for me, basically, because the more people end up seeing my content, exposing him for what he really is. And the more people that get, like, I would love it if the entire right, because those people on the right wing, they're not a big fan of nonces, although quite a lot of them have been proven to be nonces. Yeah, quite a lot of those people that are on the, you know, Defamation League marches or whatever, they turned out to be nonces. You can see it in the newspapers. It's facts. Most of them publicly would what's the word? Most of them publicly would admonish the nonce, you know. Sorry, that's a bit of a big word. Sorry if you're thick and you don't know the big words. And then yeah, I thought it was really weird that some people who, you know, don't like me but didn't like Alan have decided Alan's okay now. And it's just because he's not that bad, and he's just, the Rusix thing is bad, obviously. The Rusix thing's bad, but other than that, he's not that bad. But actually, like, all this racist shit that he's doing is really bad. But maybe you want to sort of, like, sanitize everyone's feelings towards him so they can feel more racist if they want. Like, because he is that bad, and this is that bad. And the Rusix stuff was that bad, and everything's been that bad, and he is fucking nonsense, and he does stink of nonsense, and he was on Smule singing with kids, and that's enough for some people. Yeah, and he has referred to his grandkids in a recent Patreon upload. In fact, have we done his Patreon yet? We haven't watched his Patreon, have we? Have we done that yet together? We'll probably do that now in a minute if you want. I'm supposed to be playing the video game. It's Sunday, but he refers to his kids, right, in this way, like that. I swear, body language reaction, Scott. You're never going to trust me because I'm biased on this one, but I swear he's taking pictures of those kids and selling them for money on the internet, seeing it as mostly harmless because it's just pictures of kids, isn't it? Like, and he gets money out of it like a second income. But when they grow up, they're not going to be. You're not going to be able to take pictures of them anymore. But then he'll be dead, so he won't care. Like, it's just a weird one. But I swear, like, the weird, creepy fucking stinker.
Hours, and this person here has gone straight in to see a doctor. And she said, the reception said, that's because they can't speak English.
There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
He checked.
AD's sexual deviant, AD's a conman, AD's a crook, AD owes tax. Harassment or unwanted behaviour that makes someone feel degraded, humiliated or offended. True threats of violence, serious expressions of intent to commit acts of unlawful violence. Misinformation, false and inaccurate information, false rumours, insults, pranks. Deliberate misinformation including malicious context, propaganda, false statements, obscenity, swearing, sexual obscenity, revenge porn. All these things are easy to ban.
You know
what shouldn't be on YouTube.
You know
what shouldn't be on YouTube. I know it's childish.
He's banned off YouTube. Like, he is banned off YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? He got banned. I didn't get banned. He got banned. Good morning, you chuffers. Good morning, chuffers. Good morning, chuffers. Right. Morning, chuffers. I suppose we should just ride straight into his smule, shouldn't we? Not his smule, what's it called? I suppose we should ride straight into his I can't even use my fucking brain. Patron. I did want to I don't know if I've done the react to that yet or not. I did want to, actually. And thank you very much. Let's get this up. It's not all worth it. Some of it's not worth it, but I might as well do it now. And then we play that video game where we're doing making the choices, and it's loads of fun. And it is loads of fun, you fuckheads. Stick around and play it. Right. Problem with Rumble at the moment is they've got increased ads on Rumble, so you will see in this broadcast quite a lot of advertising on Alan's end. And I can't, I paid for premium on YouTube, so you don't have to watch adverts on my streams through the videos we watch. Yeah, I've paid for premium so that when I put a video up on the screen, it won't have adverts. But unfortunately, not on Rumble, thanks, and I never will. So this gurning muppet is going to be full of advertising, and it means it's harder to skip around because every time you skip, it fucking moves on. But you will notice that there's quite a big chunk of this that's his own TikToks. So you won't believe what's about to happen, and I'll explain it as we go, of course. This is a bit of a wild one, so buckle in. I'll put on some background music. Not that Pokemon shit. Get rid of that now. Let's have something different.
Okay, I think I'm live.
You are live.
You're going to have to tell the truth. Am I live?
I would tell the
Can
truth.
you see me, mother?
What are you on about?
Hear me now. This is for patrons only. If you're not a patron,
Fuck
how
off.
did you get this link? If you're a troll, why are you here?
To troll you, you fucking bellend. No. The truth of it is I like to keep account of Alan. I like to keep him under my watchful gaze because he's my own personal lolcow, isn't he? He's my own personal... Like, he attacked me on the internet. Yeah? He saw me as a threat to him and what he was doing. He stole my content and attacked me publicly. Right? Plagiarized me, ripped videos off my smaller channel, and fucking had a pop at me. So I was aware of him then on the internet. He's my own, like everyone's got their own different stuff they focus on, different, and all that. For me, like, I'm the one, I'm not, there's loads of them. There's more people, but there's loads of people that used to keep their attention on it, keep up to date with what he's doing, make sure that he's held to account is the right word. And at the moment, like, I'm the one that seems to be carrying that baton a bit, but like, I just hold him to account for his bollocks. That's what it is, Alan. That's what I'm here to do. Hold you to account.
I'm all washed up. I'm all washed up for trolls. I have no monetary value for trolls anymore.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's spotted that. Battery Exhausted, the channel where like the videos go from these reactions, the appetite for videos about Alan has diminished. People don't care as much about him and his BS. They don't want to see a video of me arguing with a racist as much. Like, it gets dark and nasty. They don't want to watch him and his stuff generally. Like, they've seen the story play out. They're going to be interested when his court case comes. They are all very interested to see the result of his court case. But then when that happens, he's gone. It's like petered out and gone. And do I need to keep having him on Battery Exhausted for views? No, not at all. Did I ever? No, not at all. Like, Super Chuff is my main channel for the views and the going places. Battery Exhausted is like a warehouse side project where we just dump all the other content that can't go on Super Chuffer, and people like it and they subscribe and they're members and all that, and I'm really grateful. And financially, it's part of my income, yes. But if it disappeared tomorrow, I'd just carry on with the other channels. Like, it's just insanity to me that Alan thinks that there's something like on Battery Exhausted. I guess I have like a 1,000 view limit. If I'm making videos and it's getting 100,000 views, what's really the point? And when Alan is dropping under that, he's going to drop off. He's just a nobody, and like, he thinks that's some sort of victory and that I care. Like, it's just insanity.
I'm not on YouTube. You don't need me anymore, and I certainly don't need you. So don't watch me. But as to my patrons, good evening, welcome, Liz.
I mean, truthfully, there will always be a core of my audience that enjoy this shit, and I will always enjoy it. So I think we'll always do it. But the frequency that we do it, we used to watch everything Alan did live on Battery Exhausted, and like be like right on it. And now we sort of keep up with him once a week and check in how shit he's doing. Yeah, we have like a once weekly roundup of his TikToks and how shit he's doing, and then a couple of little episodes like this go on. But like, it's less frequent, and it will become it's less frequent because he's doing less frequent stuff as well, less good stuff, shorter little bursts on TikTok. And we're saying the same stuff over and over again. So like, everyone understands that whole process. It's been a wild ride, and it will continue to be so until the old man fucking carks it, and then we'll talk about that for a little bit, and then we'll move on. Like,
Kaka, Riff Raff, myself. Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Shouts out to everyone who thinks I might be drinking. It's Beck's Blue alcohol-free beer, so shouts out for that. It's good if you feel like you want to drink, but you don't know. You get yourself some alcohol-free beer. I mean, it's not the better. It doesn't taste like beer, and it's not really got alcohol in, but you crave that sort of like that thing, and then this just fills that void for a minute, so you can get hold of yourself and say, all right, I'm all right. I don't need to fucking get wasted. I'm all right. Let's do something. And you have to find a way to fill that hole in your life then, with doing something. But that's cool because you've got lots of stuff to do.
That's about it, isn't it? Liz. Hello, everyone. Can you see me?
And if you don't have lots of stuff to do, you can get like me or Alan and just get on the internet and start making stuff for you to do.
Who's going to be first to see the armchair detective tonight?
I can see you now. We can all see you from a minute at the start if you're watching the video later, Alan. For fuck's sake, every single broadcast.
11th of October.
And this is going to get even more dire, isn't it, as fewer and fewer people turn up to his broadcasts. So the people that see him at the start of the broadcast, like, I reckon someone's like Blackboard monitoring. It's their job to turn up and see him and say, I've seen you, Alan. All right, I can go back to bed now. Fuck you now. Like, because otherwise he gets eggy and he doesn't like to start the show. So they give one of the spanners the job. But as those people become less frequent, and maybe one day they just forget it or like have something better to do, they don't turn up. And like, Alan's going to be sitting there, isn't he? 20 minutes. How long do you think he's going to last? If no one sees him and no one talks, how long do you think he'll go for? 10, 20 minutes? At some point he has to just kick in and do the show to nobody. Like, most of us start like that when we're streaming, and you have to do it. You have to do the show to nobody, because otherwise when people watch on the video, it's a show to, like, you're not doing anything. You're sitting there waiting for people to turn up. So you just do it, don't you? But like, Alan hasn't got, like, he's gone the other way, and he's like literally been at like what he considers this massive peak. Different factors, COVID, his BS, But like there were a few people watching him at one point, and now there's not, and it's going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just going to wither away to nothing. And how pathetic is that?
2024.
Well,
You can watch this in 5
actually,
years'
he's going to pivot and he's going to become the biggest racist on TikTok, and he thinks that's going to win him the viewers.
time.
And it will, in a way, from those horrible people.
I remember that day that AD said, "Hello, it's me. Is it me you're looking for?"
Actually, do you think it's a perfect grift? Because I'm pausing him a lot. You want to see him? Okay, I'll let him play in a minute. I'll let him cook. But do you think it's a perfect grift insofar as actually I should be doing it? Like I should be putting out the racist bollocks videos and grifting off the racists, because fuck them. I'll have their money. Give it to me. Stop spending your own money, you racist wankers. Give me your money, and then I'll have it. And then that's good for me, and it's shit for you. But that's good for me and shit for you. So good. That's a good grift. Grift the racists. But just don't spend the money on shit. Well, he gives it all away to the poker. He's got a charity in mind, hasn't he? Which is poker. Sky Bet Poker is his biggest. He gives a lot of donations to Sky Bet Poker, and probably something a bit more seedy and horrible as well. So we won't go into that right now. Prostitutes.
Anyone see me? Yeah. Oh, Liz has seen me. Yeah. Good. Right. So we're live now. The thing is, I'm live for you, 10 patrons that are here now, but
10.
I'm talking to the thousands of patrons.
He's laughing because he does not have thousands of patrons. That's one of his tells of his like wild lies.
Still here supporting me.
There's only 143 watched the fucking video,
First of all,
and that's how many plays it got, not how many people watched it.
I wouldn't be able to make this video tonight without you guys that pay the monthly subscription. No.
Yes, you would. You've got a computer. You're sat in front of it right now. Without the monthly subscription, it might be like your electricity bill or whatever, your internet bill. Yeah, okay, there's that. But you would definitely be able to make this video. Yes. You could do it with your phone right now anyway, like at McDonald's.
Chance. I've just had a thing from StreamYard today.
You've had a thing from StreamYard, a thing.
I'll show you it, in fact.
Show us, prove it. StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard. Google. How much does StreamYard cost? Computer, how much does StreamYard cost? StreamYard. It's got paid plans, but you can do it for free. Look, you can do it for free. Get started, it's free. It's free. Free, you mean? Not free, yeah, free. Oh, why would you need to pay for it then? Oh, because you're some special chuffer. You're a special chuffer, you need to pay for StreamYard. What about products? Where's the pricing? Where's the pricing? For business? No, you wouldn't want StreamYard for business, would you? You wouldn't want that, would you? That would be stupid. StreamYard pricing. Here's another one, Riverside versus StreamYard. We looked at this before. I don't know why I'm not getting it up quickly now. Like, I just want the fucking StreamYard price plans. StreamYard's paid features. I just want to know where it says how much it costs, because it's free. What are the limits to the free version? All that. Like, okay, like there are limits to the free version, right? 20 hours of streaming and recording a month. So you can't. Yeah, if you're going to do what Alan does in loads and loads of time, maybe. But he has streamed less every month, hasn't he? Maybe he's knocked it down to the cheap plan. Maybe he's decided to stream less. Maybe that's one of the reasons he streamed less. And other than that, there's nothing else that really matters here to Alan. It's just the amount of time you can stream. So basically, just fuck StreamYard off then and just get OBS. Just get one of the free ones. Like, there's loads of free ones. StreamYard's free to a certain extent. And then when you run out of your free StreamYard thing, switch to, I don't know, like Restream or stream other thing, and then just, you know, bounce between the two. Like, there are ways to do it free. Or if you're not making enough money in your business to afford the basic costs for your business, close the business because it's shit. But yeah, so they're paying for his StreamYard on Patreon, I guess, and he's got like some special plan. And if he has, he's stupid because it comes for free anyway. And are you streaming more than 20 hours a month? I don't think so. And on top of that, OBS is free.
I want you to know what's going on in Binnicum's life.
Alan can't even afford his own bills, so he wants you to pay them. That's what's going on in Vinicum's life.
Yeah, bear with me. I'm an old man. No, no, don't mind.
Like, not in the sort of normal way where you'd make content and hope it does well and then you can afford to pay your bills, you know? Like in a sort of more direct way where he comes on the screen and says, I need to pay for this. Give me your money.
So,
I think we call this begging instead of working.
nothing on here about my account number, is there?
If he's practicing law of attraction, which he does talk about sometimes, how come I turned up?
No. Right. I've got to be careful with the trolls, but basically... Oh,
You don't have to be careful because you can't see anything on your phone ever.
read it.
You're streaming. Like, why are you paying for StreamYard? You're not using it, look. You should be using StreamYard to put the pictures on the screen for us. Send that to yourself, like to your own email address. Open it and show us. What are you doing?
Look at the blank screen. Blank.
That's probably because of all the filters you've got on. Oh, there it goes. It says there's like an S.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
No.
No. Ooh.
I have to read it to you.
He's got the StreamYard app, I
It
think.
says StreamYard. StreamYard, £68.02.
What?
Continuous.
£68. I think it would be like £20 a month for the like. Honestly, you're paying like if you're doing that, you're lying to us that you're paying for like some super business plan, and it's completely unnecessary.
Purchase. Every 11th of October.
Hang on.
It says StreamYard. StreamYard, £68.02. Continuous purchase. Every 11th of October.
It won't be every 11th of October, will it? We've just had the 11th. What did he said the date on this, like the 11th, didn't he? So basically, has he not just opened that up and said, I would like to buy StreamYard? And they were like, this is what it would be if you signed up now. Like, would he not be better off just like, you know, what was he not, to prove that he's been paying this, would it not be better for him to show us like that he's been paying it? Like out of his bank account? The direct debit or whatever that's been going to StreamYard and how much he's been paying, rather than just, if you signed up now, it would cost this from this date. I feel like he's not signed up and that he's just opened up the window where you can sign up.
To be honest, I didn't know I was paying that much these
You didn't know you were paying for it?
days for StreamYard.
What? But you tell us every time you go through your list of things you have to pay for that StreamYard is on it.
Because I never noticed when we were successful, right?
You never noticed when you're successful.
I've got to have it, so I have
Sorry, I've got to stop pausing him, haven't I? Everyone's going to hate me for this.
to pay it. £68 a month, guys. Oh, yeah. And then it's Rumble. I think that's £50 a month.
No, Rumble is free. Rumble is free. Rumble is free. Shut up.
Don't hold me to that. Around £50 a month.
I won't hold you to it.
And then there's my internet. God knows, £45 a month. I don't keep all the records, so I don't want to know.
Your internet isn't a business expense. You can't put it on your books. Like I can't put my home internet on my business expense books. Like when it comes to it at the end of the year, I can subtract everything that I'd spend on the business. So actually, for tax purposes, I can subtract the fucking donkey, although that's gone to the charity. So no, it's a purchase from a shop. Actually, that's the way around it. Fucking brilliant, in a way. Like, not so good in a way, because I have to buy everything from shops, but like charity shops. Like what it is I've got a problem with the charity thing. Like, hang on, let's get the donkey in. Here's the donkey. When I give money to charity, like we did it on my accounts. I looked into it. When I give money to charity, you give money to charity. Yes, I do sometimes. Oh, you're a fool. No, I'm not. It's good for the charity. Shut up, you. You're from the charity. Stop being so eggy. You're supposed to be a nice donkey. Oh no, I was only messing. All right. When you give money to charities, yeah, it comes out of my income. It's not like out of my business. I can't write it off from tax. I can't say at the end of the year, and we gave £200 to charity, so that's on my business expenses. I have to pay myself and then take the money that I've paid myself, and that's the money that I've given to charity, yeah? For the tax purposes and all that. So that's cool, but you know from watching my streams, yeah, like a year ago, a little while ago, like we were giving, you know, regular little donations, and we did a couple of charity drives and stuff. If it's me giving my money out of my, out of my account to that, it doesn't work for this. So for the money in terms of the, I was like, well, I'm giving it away on streams, like it's coming from the tips, and I'm giving it to the charity. Like if you gave me £20 now and I donated it to charity on stream, I end up having to like pay tax on it twice. I don't know what that means. No, maybe I'm wrong there. What I mean is I can't write it off on my thing and say I'm, tax write-offable, did it on stream, it's part of the stream. So I have to do the, it has to come out of my income. So charity donation is an issue that I need to like resolve more grown up, be more grown up and serious about it, books and accounts wise, and work out like what I actually have to do is work out how much I got paid last year and how much I can afford to then give to charity, rather than this is coming in now, I can give it to charity now. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I just realised a way around that might be to buy items from charities, because I'm allowed to put the things that I buy for streams through the thing. So for example, the pumpkin I can say is for the stream, it's part of the background, so I can put that through the things I spent money for on the streams, sort of thing. So Alan can put the StreamYard through on that. He can put that on his business books. He's not allowed to run a business, is he? How the fuck's he doing this? I suppose he's allowed to still be sole trader. Okay, so he can put the StreamYard through, but as he's moaning about here, he can't claim the internet. I don't know why I'm going on about what I put through on the fucking accounts, really. Charity stuff. Anyway, you can help with the taxes. Well, I've got my system, which is I put everything I'd spend and everything I just put it into 2 columns. It does it on the internet very easily, and then at the end of it, I get my mom to check it. To be honest, so I'm happy with my system at the moment. But thank you. I'm sure lots of people get their mom to check their accounts. Right. You can deduct a percentage of your internet and energy bills, can you? Being self-employed. I'm pretty sure you can't, I know that I can't just, it's my home property and, and all that business. I can't just say, I'll have to look into it then, yeah. But I'm pretty sure Alan cannot and should not be saying that his internet bill is, it's weird anyway. Why am I even still talking? I should just shut up. We all know that he's just on a fucking stupid grift. I don't need to explain this one, do I? The internet bill's gone up.
So,
this is a pity party and a beg.
Internet going, it's getting on.
In fact, I'm going to rewind that, and
Right?
from the React, I'll probably just cut that bit because I just rambled on about nothing.
StreamYard, £68.02. Continuous purchase. Every 11th of October. To be honest, I didn't know I was paying that much these days for StreamYard. Because I never noticed when we were successful, right? I've got to have it, so I have to pay it. £68 a month, guys. Oh, yeah. And then it's Rumble. I think that's £50 a month. Don't hold me to that. Around £50 a month, yeah. And then there's my internet. God knows, £45 a month. I don't keep all the records, so I don't want to know.
You don't want to know? So, well, we're up to about £160 a month that you're paying on internet services to run your this.
Just to keep the internet going, it's getting on £250 a month.
Sorry, what? It went up to 250 then. What was that? Was it 70 for StreamYard, 50 for Rumble, 120? His internet bill. What? Hang on.
Don't hold me to that. Around £50 a month. And then there's. So I have to pay it. £68 a month.
68, so we'll call it 70.
Guys. Oh, yeah. And then it's Rumble. I think that's £50.
I mean, that's a lie. It's free. But 120 now?
A month. Don't hold me to that. Around £50 a month, yeah. And then there's my internet. God knows, £45 a month.
45, call it 50, £170 a month.
I don't keep all the records, so I don't want to know. So, just to keep the internet going, it's getting on £250.
250. He's a fucking liar, and he calls himself a salesman. What it is, he's a con man. He'll throw numbers at you like that and think you're not bothering to add that up, are you? You're not listing it in your head and adding it up. So at the end, I'll just throw out another number and just throw, and then you remember the big number at the end, and that's the number. He knows it. It's like a technique.
A month, I don't earn that anymore.
You don't earn it. So what are you doing paying it? Why would you pay for internet services to run an online business and lose money month after month? That sounds like insanity.
So it wasn't for Patreon.
You do it on the way up. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do it when you're working towards something because you've got to put in to get out later on. But this is insanity. And to be honest, he doesn't. It's a lie anyway, because he's got a laptop. As long as he keeps the £45 internet, he can do everything he does anyway. Like, he just... What the fuck is he going on about?
You never see me again. Thank you, patrons. That's how important you are.
And he can pay his internet bill out of his fucking pension, can't he?
Please don't. I'm not asking you to join. I'm asking you not to cancel. Because without you guys, there is no Armchair Detective. Now, Kaka knows this.
Why would you say in the group of people that are like these people that he's saying are watching, he's saying, I'm not asking, I know I'm pausing it an awful lot, this is my jam, this is how I do it, all right? I'll rewind him and let him talk a bit, like, you know, and then I'll go back and go into it a few times. Don't worry, I'll let you have a bit of him cooking. But why would you say to your audience, like, okay, so you're here, you've already paid, you're in, you're paying, yeah? Just please don't cancel. I'm not asking for more money. I'm not asking you to sign up again. I can't. Like, you're already here paying, but don't cancel. Like, doesn't it? If any of them hear that and were considering cancelling, or not considering cancelling, maybe if they weren't considering cancelling, now the idea is seeded in their mind. Maybe I should cancel. Obviously, don't, because Alan needs to pay for the internet, so he can do this to me. Like, I'm paying Alan so that he can come online and complain to me about money. So I should keep doing that.
My
I'm not paying him.
fabulous TikTok channel, they pay me nothing, nearly pennies, literally pennies. It's funny, I did a live the other day and I showed the girls how much I made, and it was half percent or something. It's nothing. So YouTube, nothing, because I'm banned. Rumble cost me money to do. StreamYard cost me a fortune to run because it was running everything. It's just you. It's just you that's keeping the whole thing together. You imagine that whole community we had in COVID, where we had up to 2,000 people in chat. Fantastic, right? Community. It's just you now. I'm disappearing down the pluggo. And of course, my age is getting worse. I'll be 70 in January. Yeah.
Your age is getting worse. Like it's an illness. My age is getting worse. You're disappearing down the plug hole. You are. That's true. You're withering away on the vine or off the or whatever. You know, you're just withering away, yeah. Because you're some fucking nutter. Like, that's just, you've always been. You were a flash in the pan. That's all you were. You weren't like some big solid, like, you know, grew something special. Little flash in the pan. Embellishing your own success every step of the way, pretending to be something you're not. All facade and bollocks. And now you're withering away down the plug hole. But you've got a lifeline. It's going to be TikTok and racism. But yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's kind of good. But this is still a pity party, and it hopefully will elicit, for him, hopefully, someone to give him £250 so that he can keep going for another month, I suppose.
Not looking forward to that. So
Not looking forward to his birthday in January.
I'm not here to ask for money, and that's the last thing.
No, because all you've been doing is talking about costs. So it feels like the setup for a beg, really, doesn't it, Alan?
I'm here to thank you for being still here.
Right, for giving him money.
And a bit of a quandary as I approach 70 what to do.
Right, just fucking pack it in. Sorry, I'm going to let him cook. I'll let him cook.
Well, as the years go by, I'll go and get a new job, right? A salesman, brilliant salesman. I'll go and sell something. I'm 70 nearly. I'm scared of driving on the roads even. That's what happens when you get older, right? And if I did, I can't afford a car anyway to run. It's too expensive, isn't it? Electric, insurance, no. What will I do the rest of my life then? Well, the cruelty of the trolls is they took me away from what I love doing, which was, let's be fair, I'm good at it, aren't I?
You're not good at it. No. I'm taking this back now. People like listening to him talk a little bit. I fucking like pausing him. Let's do it my way.
So I'm not here to ask for money.
Yes, you are.
And that's the last thing I'm here for. I'm
Manipulation so that they give you money because they feel pity for you.
here to thank you for being still here.
Thank you for giving me money.
And
Touchy face.
a bit of a quandary as I approach.
Quandary. Oh, what did I
Not
press?
looking forward to that.
Wrong
Go and
button.
get a new job, right? A salesman, brilliant salesman. Well, as the years being still here. And of course, my age is getting worse.
Okay,
I'll be
come on.
70
Come on,
in January.
Scotty.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that. So I'm not here to ask for money. That's the last thing I'm here for. I'm here to thank you for being still here. And,
Touching the face.
and a bit of a quandary as I approach 70, what to do. Well, as the years go by, I'll go and get a new job, right?
As the years go by, I've got to go and get a new job. What do you mean? You've got a pension. You have to go and get a new job. Are you really in this situation? Is it pity party for that situation? If that's the case, then maybe you fucking should as well. Like, it's not that awful, is it? Like,
Salesman, brilliant salesman.
brilliant salesman. He's never been a brilliant salesman. He's got no track record in being a brilliant salesman. What he means is he can blag people. He's a bit of a con man.
I'll go and sell
Touching his face there when he did it, his little moustache. Yeah, go on then, what?
something.
Go and sell something. And what he decided long ago was that what's the point in selling other people's shit when you can sell yourself? Get those super chats for you. Don't take a commission. Get it all straight for you. Sell yourself, Alan. Sell yourself. Sell your book. Sell your content. Sell your brand. Sell your bollocks. That's what you're trying to do, because you'd rather not actually go and sell something or do any actual fucking work.
I'm 70 nearly.
You're 70 nearly.
I'm scared of driving on the roads.
He's scared of driving on the roads. Yeah? Bear that in mind, because in a minute he's going to tell you he doesn't have a car again. You do drive on the roads and you're scared of it because you're having anxiety issues, Alan. Anxiety issues.
That's what happens when you get older, right?
That's what happens when you get older. It might happen that every old person is scared to drive on the roads, or it might be that you particularly, personally, are having anxiety attacks.
And if I did, I can't afford a car anyway.
And if I did, I can't afford a car, because he's just remembered he lies to people and told them that he sold the car.
Way to run. It's too
Can't run the car, it's too expensive.
expensive, isn't it? Electric.
Electric. Do you have an electric car?
Insurance.
Insurance? No, just drive it without insurance, probably.
What will I do the rest of my life then?
What will you do for the rest of your life? Well, hopefully suffer. That's what we'd like to see. Suffer. You'll mooch off your grandchildren and your children. You'll mooch off them. When your children are old enough to pass you on to the grandchildren as a problem, they probably will. You'll mooch off them, won't you? You'll sell drugs, maybe. Sell your illicit pictures online. Grifting, conning, theft. Maybe a bit of petty theft. That sort of stuff, won't you? Maybe the occasional push into the river, push into the canal. Get your own back on those healthy young people who are living their lives, having a good time. Anyone who discovers your secret desires after a little fumble, splosh, I don't know. What are you going to do, Alan?
Well,
Racism.
the cruelty is of the trolls is they took me away from what I love doing, which was
We took him away from what he loves doing. We took him away. So the admonition there is that, I don't know, a collection of trolls, I won't take the full responsibility, but it's because of the trolls that he's not on YouTube anymore being successful, yeah? Because of the trolls. So later on, when he tells you he was banned by big government, or, he was getting too close to the truth, so they had to remove him, let's all remember that he's admitting that it's the trolls. So it's not because there's some conspiracy to ban him off YouTube because he got too close to the truth or anything like that. So what did the trolls do? How did the trolls get rid of you? Oh, mass reporting. Or what did you do to be reported? Oh, homophobia, racial slurs, defamation, like anti-disability slurs, sexism. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, all against the terms of service on YouTube then. Yeah. So it's your own fault then entirely. Yeah.
let's be fair, I'm good at it, aren't I?
No, you're not good at it, Alan. You're not, are you? Let's be real. You're not. You had to steal all your content from other people. You think you can read well and you can't. You think you've got a good voice and you don't. You're not good at it. That's what we've seen. All these little schemes and scams. What happened to your crime fiction? Sorry, untrue true crime series? What happened to using artificial intelligence to write stories for you? You're not good at it, Alan. You know it in your heart. You're not good at this. Like you're not good at poker. Like you're not good at restaurants. Like you're not good as a father. Like you're not a good man.
Good at talking to the camera, aren't I?
No, good at talking to the camera. You're good at sitting in your fucking box room, high on Valium and fucking Tramadol, a few lines of coke, ranting about Nicole Kessinger's brown bikini and how much you'd like to stick your fingers in it and get her questioned.
Good at. They've taken me away from the camera. They're taking me away from my community.
I mean,
They're taking me away.
we should be able to examine what he said about the Nicola Bulley case as an example of it. Only recently he said the CCTV proves that Paul and Emma are innocent, and we've seen the CCTV has now been thrown under even more question because of it. Like he said so much nonsense. He thought there was a tennis ball in the back, water bottles in the back. Like, you know, there was so much nonsense. Alan's not good at it, categorically not good at it. The only thing that he built his reputation and career in inverted commas in that field off was somebody else's idea that there was a shadow. Somebody else, this lady called Diane who brought it forward on Facebook, it was her idea. He's not good at this. He thinks he's good at talking to camera. He's not. That's why we laugh at him so much. That's why we ridicule him so much, because he's not good at it. We just literally, in every episode, watch a minute full of him sitting there going, is anyone here? Is anyone here? You just spent 5 minutes complaining about money. You're not good at anything, Alan. That's one of your problems. And your narcissistic rage gets really eggy about it, doesn't it? Your narcissistic rage, because you're not good at things. You weren't a very good DJ either. Like, you're just not good, Alan. Not good. You're getting confused. You're living in a delusional la-la land.
My channel. They've taken me away from having enough money to buy a present for somebody's birthday that's coming up this Sunday.
Whose birthday is it today? Today's Sunday I'm recording this. I wonder whose birthday is it today? One of your relatives, Alan, because you're not going to be buying a birthday present for some fucker down the pub. So it's going to be one of your children or grandchildren, and it's their birthday and you've not bought them a present because you are shit. There's another example of not being good. Not being good morally and not being good. Do you know what I mean? You should feel ashamed of yourself. You're going to come on the internet and blame your trolls because you didn't buy a present for one of your loved ones on their birthday. And you've had months and months to prepare for that. Like, are you insane? Are you insane? I wish I knew your outgoings and real costs over the last month that must have included narcotics and alcohol, whatever else. How much money have you lost on poker? And you can't afford to even buy presents for your loved ones. I mean, is that I mean, he said it's coming up on Sunday. Like, yeah, it is a real thing that's happening. And did he get a present? No. Could he not afford it? Well, no, he could have afforded it. He just made some choices and decided not to spend any money on their present. And he's on the internet blaming it on trolls to his patrons. Again, it's a pity beg. Can you not even afford to get your loved ones presents, Alan? I'll buy them something. You fucking beggar.
And it's endless. The cost of living, whether you're in America or here, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Seen the price of oil, olive oil, £5. Coffee, £5. I'm just a moany old man now, aren't I? I'm like the Muppets, you know. What's he called? The two men, those guys.
The Muppet face from behind the tree on the Nicola Bulley case. He's like the Muppets, angry old man. Did he have to recently go shopping for something and he couldn't afford everything? Is that's what's happened? Like, and so the people that you expect to fund that, Alan, your lifestyle, are other people struggling with exactly the same stuff. Like, yeah, same here. Do you know what I mean? I'm very grateful for the tippies and the memberships and stuff. Like, that's why I'm hopeful that we can grow numbers so that it's smaller numbers from larger numbers of people, rather than, like, you know, I would hate to think I'm trying to put a burden on my audience to say, this month my shopping cost this, so come on. Like, it's just begging, Alan. It's directly begging now, I would say. It's got beyond a, you know, now he keeps mentioning money and like how much he has to, and you know, it's like the only thing he's not doing is saying, give me the money. He said, I'm not asking you for the money. But like, it's just like, could you imagine, have you ever, like, I don't know, it's like a teenager going up to, I'm not asking you for money, Mom, but you know, these shoes are really nice and I really like them and they're really cool and I've only got £50, but they're 60 and I'm not asking you for £10, but like, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's just begging.
grumpy old men. So anyway, that was a shock to me to realise what I'm paying for StreamYard. So it's not that I can come on every night and just say hello. What's the point? I have this mammoth court case.
What's the point is that these people are paying you money to provide content. It's in the patron thing. You've given what you're going to supply for the. What do you mean? What's the point?
Rumbling on 3 years in the back of my head.
In the back of my mind, it's always there. In the back of my head, in the back of my mind, it's WWE Champions time.
It's not that I can come on every night and just say hello. What's the point? I have this mammoth court case that's rumbling on 3 years.
Pity
in
party.
the back of my head. 3 years. I don't see any end to it because I ain't giving up. Right? I don't see an end to it.
You don't see an end to it. There will be an end to it when they make a judgment. And you're not giving up. You mean you failed to take any opportunity to negotiate? I'm not giving up. No, what an idiot. You just complained that it's been going on in the back of your mind the whole time and it's been a huge mental stress and it's caused you loads of problems. It's a reason you can't even go on and stream. But you don't want to give up. So that's your choice. You can't complain to me because you could have just fucking negotiated and given up. And then you wouldn't have had that for 3 years in the back of your mind. You could have said sorry, so moved on. And you wouldn't be here not able to stream or even earn money. Like, what are you even saying?
I will never give up. I promise you faithful patrons, I will never give up. I might lose, but I'll never give up.
You will lose.
Never give up on a good thing.
Never give up on it.
No, I won't give up.
It's not a good thing, Alan. It's not a good thing. It's misery that's driving you into the fucking ground, you idiot.
And, but it gets tough. It gets tougher every year.
It's been tough.
It goes on and on and on.
These things are exact things that Darkside Filler said. It's been tough. And I'm the one, and well, he didn't do I'm the one, I did today. And also the one I just did a minute ago, in the back of my mind, this thing in the back of my mind. Like, these are things that Darkside Phil does, because he's also a narcissist. And this is just a narcissist pity party, unadulterated. Like, if only Rumble had the facility. I think it does, but they don't do it when they're watching these. Well, there's nobody really watching this, is there? But like, if only it had the facility to directly gift him while it's happening, and someone would give him £200, he would just calm down a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, if only someone was giving him super chats of £200 or above, like Nancy used to, he wouldn't feel as bad. His emotions wouldn't be as bad. Like, this is just so directly grifting, and he's doing it because it's the people that already give him money are the weakest minded, so he does it hardest to them behind closed doors in Patreon. And that's, I guess, why he said at the start, you know, if you're not here and you're a troll and you what are you even doing here? Like, this sort of thing isn't for you. Because he's unashamedly going to go into the most disgusting grift. Well, it's just a beg, isn't it? It's not so much a grift as a beg at this point. Beggar man.
It's hard when someone's got a fund raising money against you. But talking generally, when you have a fund, you can keep an eye on how much it's going up. And this particularly, let's get AD funds. If I said to you it's like leveled out, I'd be being nice, you know.
Well,
so I've got some pluses on the.
You wouldn't be being nice. You'd be being mean, because it hasn't completely leveled out. There are still some donations going in, but it has leveled out. So you'd be being factual, maybe, but being nice. No, you wouldn't be being nice. That's no special dispensation for. Oh, you know, I'll be really kind to them and say it's leveled out. Like, you are deliberately trying to be mean right now.
That side of things. Anyway, just wanted to say hello to you all.
You just said you weren't going to do that. You said you weren't going to come on and say hello to people because there's no point. Because you've got a thing in the back of your mind, a court case. But now you did want to do that because of the court case or after the court. What are you even saying? None of what you say makes sense. Big ups, Childlike Empress. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday.
Age limit to working.
And God is speaking. Jesus is on my top here, look. And God is speaking and saying, well, I'm speaking, so I'm not going to say that God's speaking. That's a bit heavy, actually. But basically, the same principles apply. Is that Alan's a bad person, and I'm highlighting his sins, and he must pay.
As long as they want.
Well, I mean, for StreamYard and Rumble, apparently. and he must also pay for. I was joking with Grumpy Grannis in a comment the other day. You know the episode where he's going on about Jesus and he thinks Jesus is good and he's going to like start the Jesus party. If only he went to church, he'd know there's a collection plate, and when he saw that coming round, it'd change his thoughts on the church pretty quick. He'd be in there more often, you know, for choosing which seat to sit at for the most maximum chance that it's going to come past full.
As long as they have skills and experience. Well, armchair detective. All I need is my armchair and you and this, and I can keep going till I drop, right?
Right. So why do you need to pay for all that other stuff? Why do you need to pay for all that fucking other stupid stuff then? Why not do it on a far more cheap? Like all you need is your armchair, the computer, and people to be able to watch. Yeah. So why are you paying for StreamYard? You dummy.
Stop acting, do they? They just drop, don't they? Always remember Tommy Cooper had a heart attack on stage and died. That's the way to go at Tommy Cooper, isn't it?
Right.
Do
So
what you love.
you want to die doing a magic trick on a stage. That's how you want to die, Alan. Or next best thing, delivering a rant about Nicole Kessinger whilst high on tramadol to an audience of about 10 on Rumble.
The whole world's a stage, right?
And all the men and women merely players.
It's funny that you're on. All these years I've been on YouTube, and people think they know me. They don't.
Oh my God.
They make.
Alan, for fuck's sake. It's not like you've been trying to hide your personality. Why are you some secret good guy behind the scenes and you've been playing this character of this bad armchair detective? People think they know me, but they don't. The problem is, Alan, we do know you far too well. You're a sinister, creepy sadist.
Got things about
Manipulative narcissist.
my life that aren't true.
What?
The whole world's a stage, right?
You're good. You're good.
It's funny that
Them being
you're
naughty
on.
there.
All these years
Oh,
I've been on YouTube.
Oh, do you know what? The dog's looking at me and being like, "Oh, you're cross. I'm not cross. I'm good. You're good. We're good." I'm giving it to Alan, aren't I? I'll stop giving it to Alan. I'll try and be nicer to him. Try and make this one funny.
People think they know me. They don't. They make up things about my life that aren't true. In fact, they turn me into what they want me to be.
Do they?
You now here, you trolls
You know.
making films about me, and someone will steal this video today and use it. You tracking me every day.
I'm not tracking you.
All I am is an
Listen, you insane old bastard. I'm not tracking you. I comment on the things that you put on the internet. And that included the men and women, boys and girls thing, didn't it? That agency, the escort agency you were running. That includes all these fucking rumours about locking kids in a pub in Bristol. You didn't have a pub in Bristol. Sorry, outside of Bristol. It includes the singing with kids on Smule because all that's on the internet, Alan. You've done it all. You've said it all. It's all on the internet. I'm not stalking you in your personal life. Like, you fucking nut job.
year-old man that you know nothing about. That you build a fantasy world around me, don't you?
No.
And it's all negative, right?
The closest thing to that would be the review of Vinny's Bar that says there's an old man selling cocaine with impunity
I
at Vinny's Bar.
tell a pure hatred, which is actually
How did that start up again? The only thing like that is, that old man selling cocaine with impunity at Vinny's Bar, which I think is Alan. But that's not a fact, and that's strong supporting evidence. But, I'm not making up a fantasy about you, Alan. You live in a delusion. You fucking muppet. You described yourself as a muppet, picturing yourself on television as a character. Again, like you're not called Armchair Detective. Like, Armchair Detective is a character that you tried to inhabit because you thought it looked good. You watched somebody else being a detective on the stage, Blexley and what's his face, Sutton, and even Richard D. Horn. You looked at those three characters, those people. That's what you were watching on the internet, and you thought, I can do that. I can be like them. And here we are, after failing at running a restaurant to the point where you got dismissed from running a business because you didn't do the books, i.e. where's the tax, what money's going through the books, what's going on. You took all the rap for that, and then you were able to pass things over to your son, who was equally in that business, but he didn't get the rap thrown at him, did he? You got the rap thrown at you, so he can go on and run the bar now, Vinny's Bar, and you don't run the bar and have nothing to do with it, yeah? And you just go up there sometimes. So Like, you're just a fucking fraudulent little cheating, snivelly weasel, man. And you're doing this on the internet to grift and beg for money, Alan. Like, what?
I am as a 70-year-old man that you know nothing about.
I do. I've just
You
described you
build
to
a
a T.
fantasy world around me, don't you?
Narcissistic arsehole. Narcissistic arsehole.
And it's all negative, right?
Well, this is what you're doing.
You're going to tell a pure hatred, which is actually jealousy.
Oh my God, now I'm jealous of Alan. I would rather it were me that were banned off YouTube and I was begging on Rumble. Or was I jealous of him when I first encountered him on YouTube, as my Nicola Bully content was starting to get views and people were interested in my body language analysis, and I saw some man had started saying the things I was saying in my body language analysis without any sort of like, you know, he just throw them into his own content, like, just like, oh, I think this. Do you? Where did you get that from? Oh, you stole it from me. Like, just watching my stuff and then saying it on your own content, like, that's bad. And then he's attacking me. The only reason I found out about his content is because he was attacking me. You think I'm jealous of you with your shit channel? And like, it was dead. Your channel was deader than the fucking murder victims you were talking about. Like, you were going on and on about Chris Watts, you were getting sued. Then Nicola Bully happened and all of a sudden you had some boost and you think I'm jealous of you. He's sick. It's weird. Like, that's that delusion. Like, if I'm jealous of him, why don't I try and do anything like him? Like, why don't I emulate him at all? If I'm jealous of him. People are jealous of people, like, they copy them. Real bad, don't they? They copy them if they're jealous of them. I did dress up like you once as a Halloween costume joke, you fucking idiot. Jesus.
Everything is negative about that person. Can never give you an inch. Just
I can give you several. It's where we started, isn't it? Putting my willy in his mouth. Not his, not the donkey. The swamp donkey can get it. Look. It's where we started, Alan.
negative. And you've all seen it.
They have. Well, they watch it more than they watch your shit.
So I don't see anything in retirement for me, because I have a rented house and I've got to pay that every month, right? They won't go, oh,
Move in with your fucking daughter then.
AD, you're 70 now, we're going to reduce the rent for you. No. Forever I have to pay.
Forever I have to pay. So move out, buy a property, move in with your relatives. Welcome to the world. Like, what do you want? Go and get a job then. I don't understand why this is still being complained about at 10 minutes into your Patreon. People pay to watch this. This is the pay content, the extra bit, the support. Like, I think he just thinks because they're going to give me money and support me, we're way beyond creating content now. This is a support group for Alan. So they pay to be in it and they pay to give him more money after the begging, and they pay. And it's this group is just the manipulation support group. Like, being in Patreon, like, why would he even try and get new patrons in? Because they'll see this. Like, if you join Patreon, usually with a content creator where they've got a series of videos, you go, oh look, over 1,000 posts. I'll sign up for that. And then you sign up and you go down the posts like a podcast. You know, you listen to this and then you listen to the next one and then the next one. And with Alan's stuff, you'll be listening to him begging for hours on end. And then followed by a series of posts that say video removed, video removed, video removed, because they're all linking his YouTube, and all the stuff you pay for, the catalogue, isn't there. Like, why would you want to do something where you advertise? It's like having a restaurant. Again, Restaurant Inspector. It's on this channel. It's on Battery Exhausted. Go and watch it, you know. The Restaurant Inspector episode, he didn't have a kitchen going on. He was microwaving frozen shit, sending people to the supermarket, you know, knocking up some mouldy vegetables. He doesn't have it in the back room. Like, it's not going on there. It's all facade, yeah? So, like, it's like, I would say, like, for example, if you're running a restaurant, why would you try and get customers in if you haven't got any food to serve them? Like, if you're going to be microwaving them a lasagna, don't put lasagna on the fucking menu. Take it off the menu immediately. Oh, we haven't got one, but I've sent someone up to Tesco's to grab one from Tesco's. Take it off the menu instead. Like, what you have got that's good, you serve, and you're proud of it, yeah? You put it front and centre. Like, if anyone wants to come in the kitchen and see us cooking it, by all means come and have a look. But if you're faking it, don't bother, because people can see right through that shit. But he doesn't think of it like that. Like, he thinks like, yeah, they're stupid, so I'll fake it. And it's the same with this. Like, he's faking it, but he doesn't care that when people go in the kitchen, they can see this. If you pay £10 and sign up to his Patreon, you will see this. So you will immediately cancel your Patreon and think, what did I sign up for? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is retarding his growth. Like, it's stunting his growth. He can't, as a content creator, get like any further forward, because people will see him and then they hate it and they don't want to be part of it. No one wants this. No one wants this. And this is what you pay for. It's behind the paywall. It's absolute insanity to do this. This is self-annihilation, pity party, desperation, grimy savage. You know, when I always thought about desperation, I think it's poker desperation. I think it's another night on the poker desperation. I don't think he's ever going to be in a situation where he really does run out of money and he's on the streets and that sort of desperation. I think he's feathered his nest quite nicely for that. And this is all lies and grift for poker, and that's what makes it even worse.
So, what do I do with these other years?
Alan's he's got a pension. Every month, the government give him money to cover his basic living costs. Like, Alan's getting his money. He's not devoid of regular money. It's not loads of money. He won't be able to spuff it up the wall on poker. But if he's not stupid, and the amount of, listen, the other point is, I don't care, because if he doesn't have a pension or whatever, Alan has had hundreds of thousands of pounds in the time he's been doing his YouTube stuff. Hundreds. Like, he's had all the money. I think he's stashed it away in places he doesn't think people can get it if they sue him. That's what I think he's done, whether it be through his kids or with property and stuff. You know, this going on about paying the rent. Who's he paying the rent to? I haven't gone that deep on that myself. I have my suspicions, but I guess, unless I'm going to follow that up, I suppose I shouldn't really, rant about it. But and I'm not, as I said, I'm not prepared to stalk him into his personal life too deeply like that, because I'm not doing some sort of private eye investigation on fraud. I'm just calling him out on the internet. But yeah, I hope they do. I hope someone does do a deeper private eye investigation on fraud, especially as he's going to the court. I hope the court would. I'm really hopeful that the court would have got their head around the idea that Alan is a fraud and he's telling them he's got no money. So they need to dig a bit deeper to find out if he's got no money. And the court might just want to do that. They just might want to, and that could open up a fucking huge kettle of fish, couldn't it? Fish everywhere, boiling up, flying around the kitchen, fish everywhere, kettle of fish.
Continue. So you can learn new skills and keep socially active, right? I am socially active. I live for my family. I will do anything for my children and grandchildren.
You'll do things for your children.
Football.
Taking them to football.
Babysitting. Look after. Do anything.
Anything. So that means free ride at daughter's house if looking after children. Babysitter, yeah? It's going to be valuable there, isn't he? Also, it means access to those. Anyway, look.
That keeps me active, right? That's my main job at the moment.
That's his job.
Being like, when you're younger, you forget about family. You're sort of there, right? When you're a breadwinner in the family, you forget you're there, physically there for the family, but you're not. You're mentally like, am I going to earn some money today? What am I going to do? I'm going to do, and you're on the treadmill of that. And then when you get to my age, yourselves, I just look at the grandkids.
So what he just, I'm going to pause it there because I'm going to cut this one, and you know what I'm like. He explained that when you're with your family, you don't care about them because all you're thinking about is money and how to get money. And maybe he was pressurized, into how much money he needed to get and stuff. But he's describing the situation he's still in now, constant grift. Yeah. So when you're with your family, you don't care about them. You're not thinking about them. This is awful what he's saying. Yeah. Like, because you just think about the money and the grift.
Physically there for the family.
This is narcissism.
But you're not. You're mentally like, am I going to earn some money today?
Thinking about yourself.
What am I going to do? I'm going to do, and you're on the treadmill of that.
Of that.
And then when you get to my age, yourselves.
Which you're still on this treadmill you were explaining. You're going to work into your fucking till you drop. You're going to stay on that treadmill. That's all you want to do. Yeah?
I just look at the
Now you just look at the grandkids. with that. So you're describing someone who's constantly thinking of how do I get some money? How am I going to, I don't really care about these people around me. I don't think and feel the way people describe about their families. I'm not like other people talk about the love and the, I'm just thinking about money all the time and the grift. And then I turn to the grandkids. Yeah.
Kids and wonder.
And wonder
How great they are, like, you know.
how great they are. Like, you know, there's his smile. There's that smile. What is it you're doing with the grandkids, Alan? In your desperate, grifty confusion, as you don't care about your family like real people do.
Job at the moment, being like, when you're younger, you forget about family. You're sort of there, right? When you're a breadwinner in the family, you forget you're there, physically there for the family, but you're not. You're mentally like, am I going to earn some money today? What am I going to do? I'm going to do, and you're on the treadmill of that. And then when you get to my age, you know yourselves, I just look at the grandkids and wonder how great they are, like, you know. So that's the good thing about getting older, that you appreciate life because you know it's precious and you know it's short. And that,
Just fucking slogans off the box of chocolates. You appreciate life because you know it's precious. You're such a good guy, Alan. I think I should give you some money. What were you doing with those? That grift in the family again. You were just telling me about how you didn't care about your family when.
that's the great thing about
That was the past though. Now it's the modern day and you're not grifting anymore. You're not worried about money. You do care about your family now. Specifically the grandkids.
being 70, I think. Everybody now.
Oh, what it is he just said that's the good thing about being 70. I think he might have a website open about what's good about being old. What's good about being 70. And he might be checking, you know, and using that as a script for this nonsense in a way.
Needs more than one income, right?
I'm sorry, what, Alan? Here we go.
Because you know it's precious
He's off script. Don't worry about the script.
and you know it's short. And that's the great thing about being.
I mean, I wonder what he's doing. I should make bigger the reflection in his glasses. He's doing something on the computer there. We never get it, do we? Even if you try on the glasses. Let's give it a go. Computer enhance. Do. It's Sunday. I've got time. Never stable financially, but yet won loads of fucking money at poker, enough to buy a restaurant or whatever. You know, enough to pump into a business like that. Never stable financially. 2 families, 2 sets of kids. Yeah. Cash seems to flow, doesn't it? But never stable financially. Computer enhance. I mean, what is he watching? I don't know. That's himself, isn't it? That's himself. He's looking at himself. That is, isn't it? I can see. What it is that's him in the middle there, and it's bordered by white. So that's himself. That's what I'm seeing. Underneath it is possibly a second window of the same thing. But yeah, I haven't caught him doing anything bad there. It's just himself.
70, I think.
So he's not looking at a website, he's just looking at himself and talking about being 70 and just musing on it, yeah?
So that's the good thing about getting older, that you appreciate life because you know it's precious and you know it's short. And that's the great thing about being 70, I think. Everybody now needs more than one income, right? You need more than one income to raise a family.
Right? Is that a general point about raising a family, or do you need more than one income, Alan? And are you meaning to tell us that what you're doing now on Rumble here with your patrons, this, you know, your main income isn't your main income? I mean, you talk about your pension, aren't you, the other income? Like, because it's coming to your mind when you're talking about the grandkids and life being precious and short, and reflecting on your own life being precious and short, and how much you do just to get whatever you want during that short time. And then you're like, yeah, everyone needs more than one income, you know. So the family is bringing in these ideas about these income streams. to Alan. But yet, he's not planning on buying a birthday present for his close relative. And as we know, like he does sort of say that he pumps money into the one daughter, doesn't he? But like realistically, do you really feel that Alan is like being generous with his money toward the family? Like realistically. So when he's talking about income streams and the family, like it's interesting, those concepts are tied into his psyche like that.
Sometimes you've got job security, you work for the council, something, you got a pension, that's great.
You have a pension, you fucking idiot.
Or you pay off your mortgage, right? Imagine how great that is. Right? Work all your life, pay off your mortgage.
But when you got all that money from YouTube back in the day when you were earning thousands, you could literally have paid off a mortgage. If you had one, you could have just paid it off.
You got a house that's all paid for. Great. Didn't happen for me.
It didn't happen for you. That was your choice. You did have the money.
Not so great. So I have to continue to bring money in. But also, personally, I think I'm growing and becoming a...
You are growing, you fat fuck. Growing a mole, you fucking idiot. Fuck off.
better person as the years go by. I think I'm more tolerant of other people.
Oh my God, you're not. You've started up, your new thing on TikTok is to be intolerant. That's the whole, like, selling, your unique selling point is your intolerance to those fucking arseholes who are also intolerant. That's just it in a bottle. Intolerance, the new fragrance by shit arse here. Like, come on, Alan.
I think I'm more caring about other people's feelings.
No, you're not.
Well, great. Didn't happen for me.
Or maybe, listen, maybe he is. And if I'd have met Alan in his 40s or 30s, I'd have thought, this man is fucking horrific. Like, straight off. As I still do now. But, like, you know, maybe he is better than he was. And I don't know. Which would have meant in the past he would have been awful. Really bad. Because at the moment he's also awful, really bad. So really even awful and worse than that. Worse than awful, really bad. Like, awful, really bad, but someone's put lemon juice was all right on pancakes. Awful, really bad, but someone's put vinegar and salt and lemon, and also they've put cream, and that cream's orange juice and lemon and salt and vinegar all in together, and cream on it, all like an orange juice and lemon, salt and vinegar, and motor oil as well, and then you've got to eat that. It's not very nice. See, Alan, see how bad you are.
Not so great. So
not so great, no.
I have to continue to bring money in.
Money, again.
But also, personally, I think I'm growing and becoming a better person as the years go by. I think I'm more tolerant of other people. I think I'm more caring about other people's feelings. And I like building relationships now.
You like building relationships with whom?
Meaningful relationships. I like doing that. But as I'm finding a new job, I can't see me going stacking shelves in Butlins, Woolworths. They're all closed. MFI. Oh, that's the best joke ever, wasn't it? I used to design kitchens. You all know that. And I said I work for MFI. And they all said, you don't work for MI5. Stupid, useful idiots. Decided I said I was working for MI5. MFI. Furniture retailers. But never mind, that's all in the past now. So,
Alan's lying. You all know he's lying. Do you want me to get the video up? It's like, why do we have to go through this? Like, literally, why do we have to go through this? Do you know what I mean? Like, armchair detective MI5. Like, do I have to go through this?
Come on.
Oh, look, there's the next one in the list, look. I shouldn't have that looks... See, I want to watch that. Instead, I've got to watch this, which is a great TikTok from Val. Like, big ups, Val. Shouts out. I hope you're still sex mad. I don't mean that. Like, Alan said it. You know, I don't mean that she's sex mad. I say it as a. She knows I'm not being mean. I hope she knows I'm not being mean. I'm trying to be nice. You know, but Alan called her sex mad Val, didn't he, all the time? So She's not sex mad. She's a lovely person. Sex normal. Sex normal amount, probably. I don't know how. Look, I don't know how. I don't know anything about. All I know is that she's a nice person and a hairdresser and nice. So, sex nothing. Just forget the sex bit. Sex mad Val. Anyway, look, this is one of her tweets. Look, I would rather be watching the dancing. That would be on my choice list, right? But instead, I've got Alan Vinicum today. Remember what we're doing. I did work as MI5 as an operative, look. Sometime in the past.
I was an MI5 agent.
I was an MI5 agent, special agent.
He thought that when he first got onto YouTube and on that, he actually thought that he could swing that. He actually thought that. He said it multiple of times. Can't talk about it, but in the past I was an MI5 agent. He actually thought to swing that. He did. And then later on he twisted it into a joke, you know, and I mean MFI, and it's a joke because he got fucking bottled it and caught out. Because he was stupid. He thought he could go on YouTube and whatever and the internet and say that and people would believe it. But actually people must have straight away said, no, bollocks are you. Bollocks are you. Fucking bollocks are you. And called him out left, right and centre. And he didn't like that. He'd rather move away from that and have all that. So he said, no, I didn't really. I didn't say that. It was just a joke. I'm not really. But initially, he was going to try and sell himself on that. He really fucking obviously was, yeah? Obviously.
That's my only, you know, I know I'm not an RJ detective, but I was an agent for MI5, really, I was.
See? Context around it as well. You know, really, I was true. Not just like, I was, and then here's the joke. But no, really, I was true. Look. And again, a different clip. Like, it's not just one clip, is it?
Background's not in crime, no.
So I did work as an MI5 operative there, Alan, armchair detective, right? It's not just Val who's got one up about it. Here's Lizzie Taylor's got one up about it.
I was an MI5 agent, special agent. That's my only, you know, I know I'm not an RJ detective, but I was an agent for MI5, really, I was, true.
I didn't say I was former MFI.
Yes, you fucking did. Yes, you fucking did. Yes, you fucking did. Still going on about it now. Still going on about it now. Like, still bringing it up now. Still hurting about that because he was made to look stupid in public with one of his lies. Because he thought he would be able to swing. Because he's a great salesman. He thought he'll jump on the old YouTube, and he got talking, he got his mouth going. He thought, oh, I'll just say this. Like, compulsive liar. There's different kinds of liar. I mean, compulsive, but, you know, like in a special way where he like twists this, invents this lunacy, this delusion for his own denial, and he's happy to just like sometimes things pop in his head and he just says them and they're just out there now and he just goes with it like he's saying it. You know, it's just another lie. It's just another sales technique, another, you know, Alanism.
It's not any new jobs for me, but I continue to like not give up, like go, right, okay, I'm not on YouTube. What am I good at? Talking, right?
No, you can't just be like, I'm not on YouTube, what am I good at? Talking, right? Like that, you're at this point in your life where it's too late to explain this to him now, but you have actually got to make a better assessment of your skills. Maybe get someone else to assess you, because you're not very good at this. You're not. And if you think this is what you're up, like this is where you're at, maybe you should just go and get a job in a call centre, see how good you are at talking. Because I guarantee they'll tell you you're not good at it. Not good at the talking. They'll train you, and then you might be better at talking. But you're not good at talking, and there may be something that you can be useful at, but this is not it. It's just the fact is, Alan, you don't want to do the other things because they require some work. You would rather just sit and run your mouth.
Still TikTok, but you can't make any money at TikTok, Alan.
And do you know what? So would I. This is what I'm doing now. No, I'd rather watch the fucking dancing ladies, not you singing with kids on Smule, you creepy fucking Jimmy Savile. Not that. Not that. I'd rather watch the dancing ladies, but I have to watch that because of you, you fucking...
You can't make any money at TikTok. Well, you can if you get big. So my dream is to get big on TikTok, and don't think you can see my screen.
I would love it.
Don't think you can see my. Oh,
I would love it. I'm not trying to get him, like, you know, I'm not trying to... I occasionally report the ones we watch because they are so bad I have to report them. I'm not trying to get him removed off TikTok. I've decided now, I've thought about that. I'm not on TikTok really, yeah? I'm not on TikTok. I'm not, am I? I've got an account, but I'm not on there. Don't bother looking at it, can't be asked with it. Every now and then something is like, you know, Hayley Comic was on TikTok and I wanted to see her stuff, so I went on TikTok. Paul Arnott's on TikTok, so I go on TikTok, yeah? But I'm not like on it, yeah? But if I wanted to make a big splash on TikTok, the best thing for me would be if Alan Vinicum got really popular on TikTok, yeah, like really popular, and then I can go in and drop my videos and be like, hey, all of a sudden there's something to talk about this Nancy guy and this stuff, and like, and then all of a sudden, instead of having to grow slowly on TikTok and fight my way up the ladder, I'd just be on there like, boom, super chuffer, boom, and then everyone would say Alan's a bad man and a noncer, and then I'd have TikTok. So I'm not trying to slow him down on TikTok. I'm not trying to actually. I think it's stupid that he's paying for views. I keep highlighting that, but like, all more power to him. Like, get to be one of the biggest TikTokers, Alan. Get to be the biggest one, and then the bigger you are, the harder they come, the harder they fall. Like, the bigger you are, the harder you're going to fall. That's going to be the worst thing for you. Like, TikTok will reach a different audience to YouTube. All the people that didn't like you because of the Rusick stuff, all those, you know, all that backstory, all that stuff, that won't be a part of this. It won't. You'll be able to move on from that into a whole new world of shit with a totally new generation of far more wild people, like, doing far more wild things. And when they get a whiff of what you're like, they're going to be all fucking up in your egg. And only if you're really big. Like, if you're just some sad, pathetic little nonce, they've seen loads of them on TikTok. But if you're really big, oh, you're going to get right up in people's egg. And then it's going to be all up to you. And all I'm going to be able to do is laugh and soak up the big TikTok numbers that you think you should get when people watch my content talking about you. Game on.
But yeah, basically TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok, right, girls? Armchair Detective. I need you to join TikTok. It's free.
I don't even need to do that either. Other people can just like pump that shit out on TikTok. It's already there on YouTube, so they can pump it out on TikTok.
It's free to join, and I'd love you to add yourself to my army there. I've got 42,400 followers. Yeah.
But yeah, you can only get like 4,000 views on a video, so already that's happening.
Yeah. For those people who are jealous of me, trolls, 42,400 followers.
I'm not jealous of that. It's fake.
That's people that have clicked to follow me on.
No, it's not. It's mainly fake bots. Although I will concede that more regularly and in the future, you will get some of those right-wing people. So you will be like, he may be able to tap in. Like, I would think he may be able to tap into, like, reflection on what we started with, this bloody TikTok that's on Twitter. Like, you know, he may be able to tap in to a new audience of thickies, but it's not something I'd be jealous of. Like, I'm not going to try and emulate that. It's sad. It's really sad. But at the moment, you're just riding a wave of your own fake pomposity that you paid for. So it's even more sad at the moment.
TikTok. That's a dream, isn't it? For a troll that's got 2,000 people that follow.
No, being on TikTok is not a dream. You have to divide the numbers by 2 zeros. Alan wouldn't understand how to do it. What it means, Alan, is one view on YouTube is the equivalent to 100 views on TikTok. One subscriber on YouTube is the equivalent to 100 subscribers on TikTok. One follower, whatever you want to call it. YouTube is 100 times bigger, more important, the content's longer, the ad revenue. You say yourself you don't get paid off TikTok. Well, I do get paid off YouTube. YouTube is better, much bigger and better. And so one quick skim past on a TikTok thumb, swipe left, swipe, is not equivalent to one YouTube view. I'm not jealous of you. I don't want to be where you are. No. You're jealous of me, Alan. You thought you were great on YouTube and you got banned. You're jealous of the chuffer who's doing good numbers on Super Chuffer. I'm happy being me. You're not happy being you, Alan. You've been complaining for the entirety of this patron.
Right. 25 million views in a year on TikTok. How many? 25 million views on TikTok.
It's just a hollow number. It means nothing. No one's coming back to watch your stuff because of it. Like, if anything, it means that you've put yourself in front of those people and they don't care about you and they're not interested. It's not paid off. It's not come to anything. It's a hollow number. You might as well just write it on your fucking head, a big number, and it means nothing.
That's more than all the trolls in the world, isn't it? They can't stand the jealousy. It's rampant, man.
You're jealous. You're the weirdo. What am I jealous of? You try so hard to copy the chuffer as well, but you can't even do it. There are some people out there that are so jealous they model themselves on the chuffer, but you try so hard to copy the chuffer and you can't do it. Look, could you do a background of any description? No. What about your thing on the wall and that? What about that? Oh dear, that's all had to go. What about your pink light? Did you like that? That's gone. All right, just a white background, a room, you talking into a computer. That's the best you can muster up at the moment. TikToks are you just talking into your phone, reading things off the internet, like, you know, opening up right-wing propaganda websites and the Daily Mail and reading it into your phone. Why would I be jealous of that? And if I was, why wouldn't I just do it? I could copy it and make it better. I could do that better than you. I don't want to. I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you in your situation. I never did. People go on about this Super Chuffer thing as well. Alan's content for his channel was such garbage. All that true crime garbage. Something to talk about every day. Super Chuffer's not like that. You go and watch any of those Nicola Buddy episodes, pretty much 80% of them, apart from like the call-ins and the ones that are like researched, you know, about the way the police deal with children or something like that. Pretty much all of them are body language reactions. You know? Like, the stuff you don't do and can't do, you were jealous of Super Chuffer. That's what was happening. And you were so jealous, you were taking the ideas from Super Chuffer and using them in your content. Like, you still take your ideas from Super Chuffer. You still listen to what I say and do what, like, you still listen to it. You still, like, to a certain extent, like, you tried certain, like, you went into, I didn't say go into racism, but I obviously said pivot with the content. Like, I don't know, like, it's so weird to have, like, this man accuse me of being jealous of him after everything that we've seen and done, like, all the way on this journey. I'm offering it. Like, what about this again? I'll reiterate this offer. Alan, you can come on as a guest. I found out you are allowed back on YouTube as a guest, I believe. I think you can. So I think we can make content on YouTube, and I think that there's money in it still. Just, you know, you've seen it yourself. The trolls are making less money on my content. Well, you're dwindling away. So your value is dwindling away, yeah? But there's still a chance. If me and Alan did a sort of Scott versus Alan, the big debate, you know, like Trump versus Kamala Harris, the big debate, no holes barred. And like, he's got things he wants to say, hasn't he? Hasn't he? And I'm not going to stitch him up. I'll be fair on the payment. Like, we can still do that, Alan. Like, there's still a chance for that. But you have to come through the chuffer. You can't do it on your own. You're useless. You're the B-side. In boxing terms, which I'm sure Alan might understand. Does he watch boxing? I don't know. But in boxing terms, I'm the A-side and you're the B-side. And if we did a thing together, if we did a thing like a boxing match or a chess game or a debate, if we did a thing together, Alan, I would be the champion. I would be the one walking in second. I would be the A-side. I set the terms. I set the agenda. It's me. I'm the winner. I'm the one that's the champion. You're the B-side. Your value is diminishing by the day. It's your last chance saloon to try and squeeze something out of this. And you're throwing away your best chance to get anything out of it because you're too ignorant to work with me. Work with him. Not like big style, work with me, but even just come on a stream, get paid for being on it. Just like normal shit like that. It's not like I want to fucking supply the nonce with money and like help him. No. But like, you know, you've got to be fair in life, haven't you? Like, if he's going to come on the stream and there's going to be money involved and it's going to be big Scott versus Alan, the debate, or the Alan interview or whatever, like, he's going to have to just like, I would have to accept that, you know, his time will be remunerated. Otherwise he's not going to do it, is he? So like, I want it as much as the next person as well. So just like they interviewed fucking Prince Andrew, didn't they? Like, you know, think of it like that, Alan. But like, you know, if you don't do that soon, Alan, if you don't do that soon, there'll be like no value in it, and I'll have moved on. So that's a shame as well, because the big interview that, you know, the big Alan interview, the big debate, the big like chance to stick it to the trolls if you want to, or whatever the fuck it is. You know, Donald Trump did his thing on those debates, didn't he? Like, whatever the fuck it is you want to say and do in that forum, like within a certain remit, and, you know, with a fair chairperson in the middle giving us equal time to talk, maybe, like, go for it, I suppose. It's your chance as well as it is mine, and there's money involved. I just, like, why beg? Why not perform and enter into the arena and, like, you know, why beg? Oh, I know why. Because you're a fucking coward.
Green with envy, aren't you? As green with envy as your teeth are green. That's so much.
He's saying that because my background is green, my set is green, green is the colour around here. Like, it's a good colour for my skin tone. Believe it or not, a dark green, like a forest green, and a sort of ruby russet red. However, that ruby russet red, bit claret and blue, villa. So I go with the dark green. A dark navy as well pairs with it quite nicely. You can see I'm wearing green on my hoodie today. Yeah. My teeth aren't green. They're a little bit discoloured from coffee and smoking over the years, but, you know, a bit of teeth whitening will help. And also, it's kind of natural. And I just don't give two shits, to be honest, mate. If I did, I'd do all that teeth whitening like you do. Like, if I had a girlfriend or like a lady who said, oh, just, this is really a problem, I'd just get them whitened a bit. Get the veneers, whatever. Fuck it. Like, it's not that important to me, though. So, obviously it's to you, because you like to go on about it and stuff. Pay money to have your dental treatments that still leave your teeth quite yellow. Your teeth are still quite yellow, Alan, like normal teeth are. But then you put a filter on to make them look even more white on TikTok. So now when we see them here, they do look quite yellow, even more so. Like, what are we doing? What are you going to do? Call me smelly next? Have a pop at my hair? Like, you haven't got any. Like, what are we doing? This is like trying to drag it down to, like, what Alan's doing here is he is a child, a petty, pathetic little ninny man, yeah? So he knows that I'm going to be watching, reacting, and he doesn't like me, and he said stuff about me now, and his level of attack on me is that I'm jealous of him and that I smell bad. I mean, come on. Like, does that hurt me in any way? No. You're going to have to do a lot better than that, Alan. You really are. You really are. Good luck with your channel, son. Yeah, like, what's going on here?
Well, I don't smoke. So why?
There we go. He's not talking about me then. Not watching everything I do.
Stand the jealousy is rampant, man. Green with envy, aren't you? As green with envy as your teeth are green. That's so much. Well, I don't smoke, so my breath's nice. What's your breath like? Dragon breath? Okay, so what I'm going to do...
There you go, then. I told you, he literally just called me smelly.
...is introduce you to Armchair Detective on TikTok. What do I talk about these days? What do you think I talk about? Crime. I find crime toxic and horrible. It's filled with jealous creators all trying to down each other and be the only true voice for a case, right? So they can't accept that others might have a good idea as well.
What's he going on about now? What we do on Battery Exhausted, right? He did, Princey. He did. He liked it, didn't he? He laughed at that. What we do on Battery Exhausted, on a sort of weekly basis, is keep an account of what he's doing, like a sum up of his TikToks, yeah? And he's noticed that. So now what he's going to sell to these people is the idea that he's going to do that instead as his show. Sum up his own TikToks.
I never understood that with YouTube. I never understood why if you've got more subscribers than
Oh no, here we go. This is insanity itself. Check this out. This bit's brilliant. Check this out.
crime. I find crime toxic and horrible.
Sorry, I'm eating. It's Sunday. I'm chilling. I'm on a stream. Alan is toxic and horrible. It's not the crime. The crimes are toxic. Some of the crimes are the ones you choose to focus on, Alan. Yeah. But it's not so much that. It's you and the way you do it and the people you attract. Yes, you are a toxic cesspit of horrible people. You and your audience and your spanners. You, yes. Alan was the one with all the bitterness and the jealousy and all that. And he's right. You don't need to be like this. I don't know why he was, but he is and was. And it's all followed him around. The thing with problem people, I'll tell you this now. The thing with, I've told it you before, the problem people, the problems follow them around. Yeah? Because they're the problem people. They'll always point to other people around and say, oh, it's this person, they're trolling me, this one, that one. It's them. They're the problem people. The problems follow them around. Yeah? And like, to us good people sometimes, we bump into these problem people and then we have like little problems with them because like, we're not going to put up with their bollocks, but like, they generate it. Like, they cause it and generate it. Alan's one of those problem people, isn't he?
Be the only true voice for a case, right? So they can accept that others might have a good idea as well.
That's you. Why didn't you talk about any of the things that I said and say, Super Chuffer said this and it's a good idea? Instead, stealing the things that you thought were good, but sort of pretending that you didn't steal them and slating me in other ways and like trying to denigrate my character so you could take my ideas but not have me be the one that said them and got the glory for them. That's you.
I never understood that with YouTube. I never understood why, if you've got more subscribers than them, they have to back you, right?
You attacked me. You attacked me first, and you had loads more subscribers. But it didn't matter because it's fake numbers. They weren't turning up to watch your videos.
Have you ever seen me make a hate video about another channel?
Yes, you made several about me and Val and what's her name, Lizzie. Yes, I've seen you make several hate videos, specific hate videos. Yeah.
I'm interested in doing that. It's not what I do. I like investing.
Alan, all of your videos on TikTok are essentially hate videos, but not about creators. Instead, they're about poor people on boats. You don't like investigating. You do nothing investigatively. You do nothing. Like literally nothing. You don't like investigating. You like playing poker and wanking off over minors on the internet.
I like painting as well.
And painting. You also like painting.
And my nose is the right size and shape as well, isn't it?
And your nose is the right size and shape. What does that even mean?
And my lips are the right. Yeah, I've got proper lips, not thin lips that you wouldn't even know as any lips.
Me? Are we comparing our lips? Right. You go right ahead and think about my lips all you want, baby.
You know, and I don't look 70 when I was 38 either. No, don't. And I don't stink either. And I do go out, and I do have family, and I have had wives, and I have experienced the world, and I have travelled the whole world.
Okay, listen, I haven't had divorces, but I have done all those things as well. No children, no wife, but otherwise, I've been around the world. I've experienced the world. I'm quite a worldly person, Alan, to be honest. There are a few places I haven't been. I might still want to go, but, you know, I'm quite worldly. And I'll tell you what, Alan, I could beat you at etiquette, at table manners, at knowing a little bit of the language, treating the people with respect in their countries, customs. You know, I'd be a much better traveller, a much more polite and engaging person around the world than you have been, you massive shit. When you went to America, they laughed you off the beach. What is this? Have you got a problem inside yourself about me and you? Is that what it is, Alan? And you want to prove to the world or yourself that you're in some way better than me? Is that what's happening? And like in response, I'm telling you, you're not.
Believe me, I have a hell of a life. And yet, I've got trolls that think they're better than me. And
There you
they've done
go.
Nothing.
It's not that I think I'm better than you, Alan. It's that you think you're better than everyone else because you're a narcissist, you fucking idiot. And you can't take it when someone pulls your pants down in public and smacks your ass.
No, don't. And I don't stink either. And I do go out, and I do have family. Except that others might have a good idea as well. I never understood that with YouTube. I never understood why, if you've got more subscribers than them, they have to bash you, right? Have you ever seen me make a hate video about another channel? I'm not interested in doing that. It's not what I do. I like investigating. And I like painting as well.
All right.
And my nose is the right size and shape as well, isn't it? And my lips are the right, yeah. I've got proper lips, not thin lips that you wouldn't even know as any lips, you know. And I don't look 70 when I was 38.
Show us your dick.
Either. No, don't. And I don't stink either. And I do go out, and I do have family, and I have had wives, and I have experienced the world, and I have.
Take off your top. Show us your tummies. Show us your tummies. Show us your tummies. Ooh, show us your six pack. Show us your tummies. Do that with your hands. Alan, do that with your hands. Your nose is big and he smells. Fucking, this is weird, this is, on a Sunday. Like, I'm chilling, I'm stoned. I'm real chill today, I'm having a good day. Like, it feels like I'm in some sort of Twilight Zone episode and sometimes with this. Why is this man talking about me on the internet like this? Fucking weird, isn't he? Living in his head rent free. He's got like serious like issues of Super Chuffer magazine. Like he's really wound up by it. Like he's come on. Like what I don't get as well, right? I'm laughing about it. But I can't. Like he's decided, right? Today it's time for Patreon video, and what I really need out of them is money. So we'll start with that. The money. I'm going to tell them I'm not going to ask them for money, and that's going to just put them at their ease. And then I'm going to go in with, but I really need it for this, and I really need it for that, and life is tough, and I'm having a bad time, and I really need the money. So I'll do the begging. I'll do like 10 minutes of begging. Then what I'm going to do is switch into fucking laying into Super Chuffer as best I can. Absolute give him the fucking bollocks. I'm going to call him smelly. I'm going to say he's got a big nose. Just absolutely give him the bollocks. And this is his patron. Like, this is his patron. This is a paid video subscription, essentially, to the Armchair Detectives. You subscribe to his Patreon, you pay every month, and you get extra content from Alan Vinicum. So if you're watching any of his other content, which at the moment is predominantly racism on Twitch, sorry, on TikTok, and you decided to sign up to this, like, what are you going to think? What's he thinking in even doing this? I mean, as much as I love it in a way, like, it's nice to know what's still on his mind, isn't it? Every day of the week, every second of the day, like every time he has an egg sandwich. It's nice to know I'm on his mind, but it's getting a bit weird, actually. Like, I react to him on the internet. I play a video of his and I talk about what I'm looking at on the internet, yeah? Like, he doesn't do that with me. Instead, he watches all my content, thinks about me all the time, and then does this shit. It's a bit different. Bit different. Some people are like really committed to like this hollow space inside themselves, which is filled by me, like somebody else. And they can say that's the problem. That's it. It's him. He's the problem. But really, they've got this hollow space inside themselves, like this denial they have to like shield it with. Alan's one of those people. I mean, it is my fault for taking him down a peg or two on the internet, no? You know, this is my reward.
Don't look. Well, back you, right? Have you ever seen me make a hate video about another channel? I'm not interested in doing that. It's not what I do. I like investigating. And I like painting as well. And my nose is the right size and shape as well, isn't it? And my lips are the right. Yeah, I've got proper lips, not thin lips that you wouldn't even know as any lips, you know. And I don't look 70 when I was 38 either. No, I don't. And I don't stink either. And I do go out, and I do have family, and I have had wives, and I have experienced the world, and I have travelled the whole world. Believe me, I have a hell of a life.
Believe me.
I got trolls.
Wait. I have travelled the whole world. Believe me. So now I'm starting to wonder, you know, when he said he's been to China, for example, and he talked to the Chinese people there, I'm starting to wonder, like, does been to China mean the plane stopped off at Singapore as we went on to Australia? Or does I've been to China mean I've been to China? Like, oh, sometimes, Alan.
They think they're better than me.
They think they're better than me.
They've done nothing.
They've done nothing. I've done so much more than you on the YouTube, on the investigative side of things, in the short time I've been looking at what you could call true crime. You know, I'm not really a true crime YouTuber. I'm not. Like, I suppose Super Chuffy, you'd call it psychology, sociology, maybe a bit. You know, I like to think of it like that anyway. Body language reaction. I'm not a true crime YouTuber, but I've done more on that than you've done in the entire fucking 10 years of your thing. And all you ever did was rip off everyone else's ideas anyway. You're shit. You're nothing. Like, you're not good, Alan. Like, you're not good. You're so jealous. Super Chuffer's still on there. Super Chuffer's getting the views. Super Chuffer's making you look stupid. Again. And how did it happen? Well, you fucking called out my name on the internet. You stole my content in two ways. Ripping off the video that I'd edited and putting it up on your own channel as if it's yours. And then the second one, literally calling out my name. Refusing to apologise, refusing to give the money you made off that video to charity. Being a shit the entire life. And now this is where it is.
Be jealous. Anyway. Creature from the swamp. Oh dear. Situation is right. So what do I do on TikTok? Well, I talk about what is my real thing now, because I'm now thinking about my children and my grandchildren. That's my focus, right? I'm not thinking what I'm going to be doing in 20 years' time. I know what I'm going to be doing in 20 years' time. So
pushing up the fucking daisies.
I'm trying to look at the future for them, and it's not good. It's not good, but we can maybe do something about it if the nations join together. I think that there's going to be a massive pushback against mass immigration across Europe and America soon. I can see.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a better place, stop mass immigration. Alan wants to leave a better place for his children and his children. Alan wants to leave a legacy behind. He's not going to leave them any fucking money. He wants to leave them a legacy, and it's his content, his bitterness, his piss, his vinegar, and being a fucking nasty racist on TikTok for a bit. Really, that's why he's doing it. And he's doing it for children. It's weird the way he's managed to bring children into this, isn't it? But he's doing it for the children. They're his legacy, they're his future. We are the world, we are the children. So Alan's going to ruin your life before it's even got going in many, many ways. And I feel sorry that you're related to him.
See it coming. Because there isn't enough room to manufacture the whole of the Middle East to come into England and Europe and America. There isn't enough room to do that, is there? Well, that's what they're trying to do. There's over 15 million people trying to make their way to Europe from the Middle East. 15 million are trying to get here. God knows how many are trying to get to America. They've got them coming from the rest of the world everywhere. But there's no borders, right? Right. So imagine that. Like, remember years ago, I don't know where old you are. Each country would have what's called a border. You know what that is? If you drive in along a road and it goes Germany, and you're in France, you stop and you have to show your papers to get into Germany from France and vice versa. So forth, so forth, so forth. Now, all one big land. Drive where you like, do what you want. That was fine, wasn't it?
It's weird because it always used to be one big land way back before, didn't it? Before we put all the borders around it. But no, there are borders. Don't be fucking stupid. We are the world. You are a pedo.
But that's so people could transfer jobs. That was fine till the mass immigration turned on. They're everywhere. I've seen some pictures today of Ireland, and you wouldn't know it's Ireland. I've seen pictures of Birmingham, and you wouldn't know it's Birmingham. I've seen London, and it's just
You would know it was Birmingham.
it looked like London to me. I've seen Sweden collapse. I've seen Sweden totally collapse from the loveliest.
There's the adverts. I told you there'd be adverts. Can you believe that there are adverts on his Patreon? Like, you're watching his Patreon and you get adverts. Can you believe that? That's savage.
What a country. Never go to war. Never in a war. Sweden, no wars. They've got one now. Gangland war. Sweden's full of gangs, drugs gangs, being run by second generation immigrants.
Yeah, it's got the pink lights on. When he put his arm up, you could see the pink light was on underneath, so it's a bit weird the way it's not showing.
Little did you know that emigration's massive from Sweden now. People, the indigenous population of Sweden, are leaving in their hundreds of thousands. They're getting out, giving up, and giving the country to these immigrants. You know that's what's going to happen.
Why is it always Sweden? Like, you know, during the COVID, it was all like, Sweden's the best. Sweden doesn't do anything. Sweden, they don't even, you know, put any restrictions on it. And like, you know, like Sweden's very different to the UK. They've only got one major city really, like of any note, and its size compared to major UK cities is small. And then even that is separated by some waterways, and like the rural areas, like, you know, the density of the population and the way they behave as well. The way they behave is different. Like in Sweden, they're very like if a door says "do not enter," they don't enter. Like if it says "wash your hands," they wash their hands. Like, so there were lots of different reasons why things are different in Sweden. But why is it always Sweden? Like, it's like Sweden's really good or Sweden's really bad, and like that should be a barometer for the world. I mean, they produced ABBA and vodka, Absolute Vodka, ABBA, Absolute Vodka. Minecraft came out of Sweden, but I don't know about it being a barometer for the fucking world anyway. Like dime bars, shut up.
Your country, don't you? Wherever you are, that's what they're doing. Whether you're in Australia, America, England, wherever you are.
I mean, again, also, I don't even believe his statistics or anything. I just think it's weird the way, like, when people, like when most people from this like sphere seem to rant on about things. This is the second time now in a different context Sweden gets brought up as an example. And it's just like, I just think there's something to do with Sweden, that they're just like, you know, if you want to make an example and like really drum it home to these people, tell them about Sweden. Like, it's happening in Sweden. Is it? Sweden, right? Ooh. Like, what? So what? Sweden? Like, why do I care so much about Sweden? I mean, it's up north near us, I suppose. Similar sort of, you know, Northern European. Well, it's Vikings, isn't it? It's Vikings, Sweden, but not that similar. It's Scandinavia, isn't it? Part of the Hansa trading triangle. I don't know.
because they're not tolerant. They're not tolerant society like us. They want to take over, and then you're gone, aren't you?
What, Sweden's not tolerant? Like us. And you're preaching intolerance yourself?
Once they get everything, like I said, we've already got them, I mustn't say. Politically, I've got to say, but it's coming. Judgment Day is coming. It's going to have to be that or that. Stop it or they take over. Either we stop it or they take over. Which do you want? It's up to you. That's what's going on.
Does that sound a little bit like inciting racial hatred on his Patreon? Like going on about this war that they're going on about, and these are the sort of things that have got people locked up over Stockport. Saying things like, eventually we're going to have to. What did he say? Eventually you're going to have to decide whether you want to stop it or let it go on. Like, it sounds a little bit like he's inciting the sort of things that went on in the riots that ended up getting people locked up on his Patreon.
So, I'm going to stop it. Once they get everything, like I said, we've already got them, I mustn't say. Politically, I've got to say, but it's coming. Judgment Day is coming. It's going to have to be that or that. Stop it or they take over. Either we stop it or they take over. Which do you want? It's up to you. That's what's going on. So, I'm going to read a letter that I've got here.
Do you know, he's so lucky. This thing today that we started us off watching his content today is this thing with his been on Twitter, yeah? He's so lucky, yeah, that they clipped this and put it on Twitter. Now, they thought it's good what he said, but it wasn't, it was stupid. But in the past, he's taken down some of his anti-Muslim rhetoric because it is dangerously over the line and it might get him incriminated, criminal prosecution with all that Stockport stuff and all that, yeah? So he's so lucky they didn't clip that and put it on Twitter and it went viral, because he would have been in real trouble then, wouldn't he? Like, as he doesn't think carefully before he speaks and says things like that. This one's about the hospital. It's innocuous. But imagine, and I can't give you a particular quote, but, all the stuff we've watched is racist rhetoric about those, like, people on the boats and all that. And, like, the ideas about the riots and, there are people that literally got arrested for the stuff they posted on the internet, yeah? Well, Alan Shirley, like, if he was unlucky enough or lucky enough to go viral with one of those sort of quotes, could find himself in some pretty hot water, and it's not that far away, is it? Like, he's treading a really weird tightrope with this. I don't understand. I suppose he's just so desperate for attention to tap into a group of thick people, because he can't. What Alan cannot do is tap into a group of smart people or thinking people, can he? Like, he has to find people who are thick as shit. That's the starting premise with any good grift. The first, like, if you're a good salesman, you need to find the people to sell to first, don't you? It's not being a good salesman. It's not even about having a good product. It's about finding a mark, I think, for Alan. And so I believe some of this, it might be happening automatically. He might really believe in this stuff and it might just be happening automatically. But there's this sort of, like, settling that's happening where Alan is finding himself a new group of idiot marks. But whether they're going to give him money yet, or whether they are giving him money, or what's going on with that, at the moment it's just the idea that people might listen. He might get popular, like he's got something to talk about. Because he literally said, "I like talking on the internet, but I can't talk about true crime anymore. So what am I going to talk about? What's my next hobby?" Did a little bit about football, but no, he settled on this. So it's kind of sad, isn't it, in a way? But he doesn't have to talk on the internet. It's not a prerequisite of his life, but apparently it is. He's explained as well, hasn't he? He needs to pay for StreamYard, so he needs to keep talking on the internet. It's like a snake eating its tail. It's like it's like a vicious circle, isn't it? I need to pay for StreamYard, so I'm going to need to talk shit on the internet. But if only StreamYard would stop billing me, I could stop talking shit on the internet, maybe.
Yeah. This is called. I won't tell you the lady's name.
You won't tell her name because you're getting it off the internet.
I've been working since I was 16. I'm now 70 and can't afford to stop.
I've been working since I was 16. I'm now 70 and cannot afford to stop. I have been working since I was 17. I am now 70 and cannot forward to stop. Okay. So this letter that Alan has had. I'm assuming it's. Hang on, look.
Letter that I wanted to stop it or they take over. Either we stop it or they take over. Which do you want? It's up to you. That's what's going on. So I'm going to read a letter that I've got here.
A letter that he's got.
This is called. I won't tell you the lady's name. I've been working since I was 16. I'm now 70 and can't afford to stop. Let's just call her Julie.
Well, you could call her Marie Warren. That's her
Julia
name.
dreams to travel in retirement. Instead of a centered birthday, she'd be working, counting the pennies to survive from week to week, month to month.
You added month to month, Alan. You added month to month. Her name is Marie Warren, and you're reading it from inews.co.uk, written by Keir Elise Green. So this is copyright. This is copyright theft. I mean, if you feature it on your channel and say, hey, I want to look at this article today and read it through and talk about it, you'd probably get away with it fair use, isn't it? You know, and it's only news, so they don't really heavily police the copyright of news. But if it's a magazine, a wellness magazine, maybe they might a little bit. I don't know. This is iNews anyway. But this, written by Keir Elsie Green, is her work. She's written it, and Alan is going to read it on his Patreon for money, pretending it's a letter he's received. Like, and why is he even pretending it's not Elsie? Like, why doesn't he show the pictures and say this is Elsie and this is the article and it's something I'm thinking? Like, he doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to pretend that it's a letter he's received. I say received. He didn't say received. He said it's a letter. So I don't know why a letter is better than a news article, but he doesn't have to pretend. He can use the news as a basis for his content. It would even be better to illustrate what he's doing by showing it you on the screen, yeah, like a normal streamer would. Like, what he tends to do is steal the news. It's different. He'll play it ad nauseum, like, you know, the Law and Crime channel, the trial. You know, just put it on for an hour, and I'll just sit back and just watch that, and you will watch it too. And there's my channel. Like, stealing content in that way. He'll put on news stories ad nauseum, you know, documentaries, so that if anyone tunes into his channel, they think, oh, this is a good documentary, and don't realise there's a man hiding somewhere that's running the channel that's not actually produced the documentary. In this way, he's just taking this to fill time, but he doesn't want to admit really that it's just a news article. So he's presenting it repackaged in a different way. I don't know, like, but what makes me feel so weird about it is that it's totally unnecessary to do that. Totally unnecessary. He could say, I've been reading this on iMagazine. I really resonate with Maria Warren, and Keir Elsie Green has written a really interesting piece. So let's have a look through it, and I'm going to pick out some stuff that, you know, I want to talk about and make some points about and resonate with my life. And, you know, this is what I brought to you on Patreon about, you know, because, like, ultimately he is turning 70 and it's the cost of living. Like, there's a reasonable premise there. Like, but instead he had to turn it into some, like, weird skanky grift where he's lying about where he got the content from. Like, he just can't even do this right. Sad. And of course, what's going to happen as well is he's going to read it, and he's going to read it wrong. So let's go through it and correct where he's reading it and reading it wrong then, I guess.
Two dogs.
Okay, so
Let's just call her Julie.
she's named Maria Warren.
Julia dreams to travel in retirement. Instead of a centered birthday, she'd be working.
Instead, her 70th birthday is approaching,
Counting the pennies to survive
and she's counting the pennies to survive.
from week to week, month to month.
He added month to month.
With her two dogs.
And there's a picture of her with her two dogs, so he said, with her two dogs.
When Julie was juggling parenthood with a cleaning job 30 years ago, she thought about her retirement.
She often thought about her retirement.
Raising two children and working simultaneously in order to pay her bills, she imagined the travel she would do one day when
She would be able to do one day. Full stop. Oh no, sorry, semicolon. At the top of her list was Polynesia and a tour of Europe.
she retired. At the top of her life, the top of her list was to go to Polynesia and then to tour Europe. She'd been working since she was a teenager. and she felt her retirement would be a break she deserved.
See how he adds the little bits, and it says, since she was a teenager and felt a break was deserved. So he just, like, what he does, I wonder if this is a feature of, like, he calls it dyslexia. Like, he's obviously reading that off the computer screen, he's not dyslexic. But if he had problems with comprehension, what happens is he reads something, he thinks, I'm struggling here, so I'll just make it up a bit. It's the sort of general gist of what they're saying. I'll just add a bit, I'll colour it a bit, I missed a bit. And that sort of level of comprehension is what makes him a terrible armchair detective on the internet. It's that willingness to just add your own little bit, to make it up a little bit, to just fudge the numbers. It's that willingness to do that makes him such a bad content creator. And here in action, like, we are proving it without a shadow of a doubt. There's the script. He's failed to read it exactly, and he's added and changed a little. Carry on, Alan.
But now, coming up 70 this week,
Changed it again.
Northern Ireland hasn't spent the last decade exploring new countries she dreamed of. Instead, she's working for a
For a construction company, counting pennies to get by.
construction company and counting the pennies just to get by.
Changed it again. It says to get by, not just to get by, but, you know, it's only a small change, but it's the change that he hears in his mind because of the cliches he's heard before. Counting the pennies to get by and counting the pennies just to get by. Counting the pennies just to get by is a cliche he's heard loads of times, like just to get by. All I need just to get by. And he hear and thinks automated in that way because he doesn't have his own intelligent thoughts, son.
Julie started working at 16. Aside from
Aged 16.
taking a break to have 2 children, no age 35, 36, has worked in accountancy for a small business ever since,
Accounting.
mostly on minimum wage. When she had the children young, she
When her children were young, she didn't have the children young, it didn't say that.
did odd jobs, cleaned houses, typed letters for a doctor next door, sold tickets for a local football team.
Basketball team. I don't know why you changed that.
At 59, her 60th birthday approached, and she really got excited about finishing work.
She got really excited about finishing work. Listen, I'll read it better and then Alan will read it worse. Check it out. She even started thinking about taking up golf as a hobby. But when she Googled how much her state pension would be, she discovered that she'd have to wait another 6 years to receive any money from the government. She wouldn't qualify until she was 66 years old. And as her private pension was so small, she'd have to continue working full time. Simple, yeah? Here's Alan.
She even started thinking about taking up golf as a hobby. But when she Googled how much her state pension would be, she'd have to wait another 6 years to receive any money at all from the government of Great Britain. She wouldn't qualify for a pension until she was 66.
See how he fumbled it? And he's like, I read better than Alan. See how he fumbled it?
And her private pension was tiny. She would have to continue working full time.
Full time. So, this is really bad, Alan. How much of it are you going to read? How much of it are you going to embellish? Which bits are you going to change? And why? Why would you lie about it? And why would you charge people money on Patreon to listen to it?
But even then, when she reached 65, she realised her outgoings were too high to stop. This is how she's ended up working at 69. And it's taken its toll. Work is getting tiring. I'm getting older. I don't know how long I can carry on, but I've got to, really. Otherwise, I can't afford to pay the bills. Julie currently does accounts for a local company, 22 hours a week.
She works
She gets paid.
Alan, she works 22 hours a week. How many hours a week do you work?
£11.42 an hour, and relies on the £2.50 this generates on top of a state pension to pay bills on a 3-bedroom terrace house. Just a private pension of £260 a month and a state pension, which she's been receiving for 4 years, but it comes to £800 a month.
Is that right, what he's saying there? Sorry. She gets paid $11.44 an hour, relies on the £250 a week it generates on top of her pension. A private pension is $260 a month, and her state pension, which she's now been receiving for 4 years, is £800 a month. She used to split the bills with her husband, but as she's going through a divorce, she's paying annual outgoings alone. This includes £800 on electricity, £600 on car insurance, and $450 on house insurance. She tries to play golf twice a week and attends exercise classes for the sake of her mental health. With the cost of these at £700 per year for golf fees and £5 for each fitness class, she feels the need to continue bringing in money. It means cutting back on other essentials. I work on a week-by-week basis, she says. I always buy Asda's own brand or Lidl's own brand. I've never had to do that before. I used to buy whatever I wanted. We're doing like pension pity party through the prism of poor, what's her name, Marie, on behalf of Alan. Like, this is so, like I said, it's Twilight Zone. We're going to have to get on and play our video game in a minute. I'm only like a part of the way through, but thankfully we're going to skip all of his fucking TikToks, aren't we? So
She used to split the bills with her husband, but now she's going through a divorce at 70, and she's paying the annual outgoings alone. This includes £800 a year electric, £600 car insurance, and $450 house insurance every year. She tries to play golf twice a week and attends exercise classes for the sake of her mental health. But with this costing £700 a year for golf and £5 for a fitness class, she feels the need to continue to bring in money. So she cuts back on essentials. I live week to week. I always buy an Asda or Lidl's. I never had to do that before. I used to be able to buy what I wanted. I buy ready meals, really. Depends on what's offered, and I work around that. Last year I shopped for special offers and used my Asda rewards, and I kept saving them for a big shop at Christmas, which is nearly paid for. I'm doing the same this year. It's daunting. Luckily, our mortgage is paid off. Well, that's a bingo, isn't it? But it's the extra things she doesn't want to give up. Why don't I pack in work? Well, what would I do for money, she says. I have to cut back a lot. The car will have to go. She fears that if she didn't attend a Open Fitness, she would never speak to anyone. It would be lonely. She feels angry to be forced to continue working and didn't get what was promised by the government. When she first started work, we were promised things when we left school and signed up for jobs. I contributed my tax for all those years. But women were very much underpaid. We never got paid the same as men.
she doesn't say I've contributed my tax. She says I've contributed. She means to the pension.
Julie says if she knew how long she would have had to work for, she would have treated work differently. I feel angry because I should have taken on a better paid job. I would have looked at the future differently. I accepted a lower paid job because I didn't think I'll be working all this long. It's like you're working, you're slowing down, and suddenly you have to start again so you can live. She says she feels that her generation just accepts it. Oh, well, just carry on and do our best. It's typical smiley British. We've forgotten about, like, they get older, they're going to die soon. Don't give them anything, and that's why they took away the fuel allowance. People think my state pension is a gift from the government. It's not. I worked for it for 64 years. It's not a gift. It's my entitlement. It's what I paid in for. And that made me think.
That made you think after you read it in iMagazine, yeah? Just politically, briefly, it is strange. I mean, I'm in the middle of it. I'm 40-something, so, like, you know, I'm a bit in the middle. But, like, for the younger generation especially, like, to be lectured by this generation who have made those decisions that have led to this fucking cost of living crisis. Like, I don't know what Alan's voting record's like, but you know what I mean. I wish we were still in Europe, you fuck ass. I should stop saying it. People don't want to hear about Brexit anymore, do they? Nor do I, but like, you know, yeah, we do kind of smile and get on with it, don't we? Because we fucking have to. Because what are you going to do? Like, cry and piss and moan? You vote. Welcome to the world. Like, what do I do? Go and work in the Bank of England and start tinkering with exchange rates or interest rates? Or like, I'm not going to be doing that, am I? I'm going to be struggling like everyone else, smiling along while I do. Thanks very much. What do you want from me?
That's a typical working life.
Yeah.
She's just told you about. And that money she paid in, where's it going? Her and millions of others, where's it going?
It's already gone.
It's going for 4-star hotels for people that come across here on a boat.
No.
With no.
Like, what I think might have happened with the pension money that goes in, I mean, maybe they do. No, they put it in pension funds, don't they? It sits in money funds. So it hasn't gone, has it? It sits in money funds. But I was going to say, like, when you're paying tax and stuff like that, it's not like you pay it all your life and then it's saved up and then you get given it back. It's like it's gone, and then the people that pay tax now, they take that money and use it for the stuff. So, like, but I don't think it's the case with pensions, is it? Pensions are actually funds. Like,
No documentation and no passport.
well, there we go. It's the immigrants again.
Her The pension she paid in for all her life will probably pay for a couple of immigrants to stay in a 4-star hotel for a couple of years.
What is he on about? Obviously, we put the money into the pensions, but like, where does the money come? Where does it go, sort of thing? And I've got this, you know, I'm not big on this right now, but like, I've got this feeling that what the government do is they take your money and put it into pension funds. Like, I've got this feeling that it's not just generated by the tax and paid out, like, in that way. Anyone in chat going to fill me in on that? She doesn't pay 68 quid for StreamYard. Big ups, Lisa. Does anyone know if, like, the pensions the government pay out are funded by tax money? Like, as in, this year we need to pay this amount of pensions. Let's get the tax and let's pay it. In which case, it's the young people that are paying it. Yeah, like everyone paying it. Or is it that, like, the pension money that you put in over the years is put into, like, a bank account pension fund, and then in which case it's the you know, the money you put in and has been saved up. Treasury investments. Is that something different, separate? Is that like bonds and gilts? Is it bonds and gilts? Could be something like that, couldn't it? Anyway, financial advice.
That's their life used up. And we didn't care about that. My dad didn't care about that. We're looking after each other. The whole point of NHS was that, okay, we paid it, but we didn't need the NHS when we were young, but we wanted them to look after our...
You do need the NHS when you're young. Like, you get born in the hospital, and many children require the services of the NHS.
Our older people in our family. That's what we didn't mind paying for others, as long as they were us.
What? As long as it's not foreign people using it, you don't mind paying for it. But you didn't have a choice because it was funded by tax, so you didn't literally pay for it, did you? Like, you've never had to go without yourself so that someone else might have you, Alan? Other than your children, your family, maybe, to a certain extent. But, like, come on. What are you on about? Alan went into his pocket to pay for all the old people when he was young.
British people are like that. We don't mind paying for others as long as they're us.
No, British people don't mind helping other people, full stop. That's why we fought a fucking war against fascism, you dickhead. Like, those Jews weren't us, were they? But we didn't want to fucking let them get gassed. Like, the French people weren't us, but when they got invaded, we thought that's a bit of a fucking overstep. Like, Poland, they're not us, but like, Hitler going there and making it his own country, we didn't like that. We weren't having that. Don't you get it?
They're no longer us. They're people from other countries that come in here and bankrupt us in our country. We're going to be bankrupt. It's obvious. Birmingham's already bankrupt. So I feel sorry for that lady because it's not worked out. It's really, has it?
Alan, you can't bankrupt a country with a load of immigrants. There's not enough people. It's just literally not enough burden on the society. It's not enough. The people that have bankrupted the country are the big Tories.
Good luck with your channel,
son. Thank you very much. Big ups, Submit Audacity. Thank you for the subscription. 9 months on the tier streak. Big ups.
AD's sexual deviant. AD's a con man. AD's a crook. AD owes tax.
The people that have bankrupted the country are the ones at the top end taking the big monies. You know, all that contracts and the Boris Johnson's curtains and... AD.
And she feels bitter that, I know what she's saying, she knows her money's not going to be going to her children in the future. It's already gone. It's been,
she hasn't got any money.
Used up on this ridiculous replacement of our society.
Oh.
Everything you've been told about aging and memory loss
Adverts.
is a lie. Imagine waking up one day
on his Patreon.
We're being replaced, and then
we're being replaced.
Once we're replaced, what are they going to do? What are our replacements going to do to keep this country going?
I don't know. It'll be India, won't it? So they just all talk Indian and do Muslim shit to keep it going, probably. What do you mean? Like, what? Our replacements. It's like he doesn't understand numbers. It's like if the UK was a bath of water, and then you got like a thimble of water and poured it in the bath and said, "That's it, I've replaced the bath." He doesn't understand the numbers.
They're largely unemployable, or they're not going to work. I don't even know what's going to happen.
You're unemployable. You don't work.
Who's going to pay taxes?
I don't know what you heard about me, but no bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother M-I-M-P.
M-I-M Dizzle. Thank you very much, Red Fan. That's popped the hype train off. 1,000 bitties. Thank you very much. It was so well timed as well because he went, "Who's going to pay tax?" And then it popped out with that, like
Torchy. Torchy. That I remember Torchy when I was a little tiny boy. I used to love Torchy. Torchy the battery boy. Torchy the battery boy. Torchy the battery boy. Good luck with your channel, son. Good luck with your channel.
Thank you very much. And that started the hype train as well. So you've all got 4 minutes, and we're at 93%. If you want to top up the hype train and keep it rolling for those extra emojis, extra emoticons, yeah, like well timed as well. Who's going to pay tax? Alan, you avoided paying tax by not doing the books on your restaurant business. I don't know what goes on with the poker winnings as well, and the way you funnel the money through your PayPal and your Patreon. But like, you're not Mr. fucking Tax, are you? Like, you're Mr. Fraud.
Replaced. What are they going to do? What are our
We're being replaced.
replacements going to do to keep this country going? They're largely unemployable. Oh, they're not.
Big ups.
No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother M-I-M-P.
M-I-M Dizzle. Thank you very much, Admit Audacity. 200 bitties, and that pushes the hype train up over level 1 complete. Thank you very much. Big ups to Classic Mimps. Like, Alan is talking about this, right? He's got 3 children, several grandchildren. Like, his DNA has continued. It's not being replaced. Sadly. No offence to his kids and children, but, you know, the Alan in them is not the bit that I want to see spread into the world. I hope they have a lot of their mother in them.
Going to work.
I expect at least one of them has no Alan in them at all.
I don't even know what's going to happen. Who's going to pay taxes?
I don't know what you heard about me, but no bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother
M-I-M-P. Big up Sasbo Casbo. M-I-M-P. That's how I'm paying taxes, Alan. That's how I'm paying taxes. I bet he doesn't like it, does he either? I bet he doesn't like it.
Who's going to pay?
Well, Alan's there saying I'm jealous of him for begging on the internet like this, yeah, and going on about immigrants. Like, he's really poor and he's in a situation, yeah, and the person he's angry at is someone that's come over on a boat who's got fucking nothing, because they're stealing things from him. It's them that want it. They want your stuff. No, it's the big rich chuffers who have took it all. You idiot. Anyway, like, he must be really jealous in his situation because his content like that is awful and it's not earning him lots of money. And then I'm really grateful. I've got a hype train. And like, I've got the Swamp Donkeys, and like, Alan must be watching this because he does watch it, really eggy and stuff. And he's saying I'm jealous of him, but it's got to be the other way around now. Surely, we've got a hype train.
That's just who's going to pay to take away all the rubbish every week?
Come on then.
Who's going to pay
I can't pick
for the
up
shops in our high street? Shops in our high street, we pay them money and they give money to the government in business rates.
But no bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother
M-I-M Dizzle. Big up to Princey.
what you heard about me.
Big up Sasbo Casbo and Princey.
No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother
M-I-M Dizzle. Thank you very much, Asbo Casbo and Princey, keeping that hype train on the tracks. Keeping Alan on his back. Getting Alan out of whack. Alan getting eggy. Maybe he'll have a heart attack or a stroke like Eddie. Hype train. Keep it on the tracks. Eggy, Eddie, and Alan. Chomp 'em down like Scooby Snacks, Alan. No button. Do you want some buttons? When he does that, it goes M-I-M-P. Did you get that?
I got a big armchair.
You actually get that.
I got a big armchair.
So,
Good luck with your channel.
M-I-M-P.
and I go M-I-M-P Dizzy. So
I got a big armchair.
you can have some buttons if you want them.
Alan, do you want me to walk into your life wearing my clip-clop shoes and my brown bikini? Listen up, Alan, you bastard. You are never getting my clip-clop shoes or my kissy. I am Nickel Dam Kessinger and I demand my kissy from Scotty Hottie. I want him to sex me off a proper good one. I need some kissy from Super Chuffer. Alan, you are a worm and you lose at poker all the time. It's sad to see you scrubbing around and noncing about. You are pathetic and Rumble is where you belong, crushed under the YouTube clip-clop shoes. Clip-clop shoes of Nickel Dam Kessinger.
I don't know what you heard about me, but no bitch can get $1 out of me. I don't know. No perms you can't see. I don't know. Just a mother.
M-I-M Dizzle. Thank you very much, A Foxy, for the 100 bits.
I don't know what you heard about me.
I immediately pressed them a button, Princey. I pressed them a button straight away, look.
I got a big armchair.
Once bitten, twice shy, so.
I got a big armchair. Oh yeah. I got a big armchair. Oh yeah. I got a dog. I got a pedigree dog. As much chicken as I can eat.
What's gonna happen to our town centres? Well, it's just these people. Us replaced by these people. What is gonna be the streets? They'll be a shithole, won't they? Sorry. I've seen the streets.
Whoa, Alan. Maybe you should go heavier on this, actually, Alan. There's a hype chest. Hang on, what's the hype chest? Such strong support. Hype train completed. Hype chest. You ready? Rewards. Frog Ponder emote. Let's chat that out. That's your new reward. I assume you've all got it. I don't know how it works. Frog Ponder. And it's a frog.
A-D.
Big ups, Red Fan. Look at that. It's all happening. It's all happening. Gifted subs. 5 gifted subs. Indrid picked one up as well. Shouts out Indrid. Right.
Where's Nancy?
Where's Nancy? Well, I want her. Where is Nancy anyway?
High heels on my tippies. Dough, say ain't Gabbana, that's on my tippies. Top.
Big ups.
I got a big armchair. I got a big armchair.
Oh, bad Alan.
Nickel Dam Kessinger.
Bad Alan. Thank you very much. Alan's going to be well eggy.
Who's going to pay?
He's eggy about, he thinks that immigrants are going to take over all the shops.
That's just. Who's going to pay to take away all the rubbish every week? Who's going to pay for the shops in our high street? Shops in our high street, we pay them money and they give money to government in business rates. What's going to happen to our town centres? Well, it's just these people. Us replaced by these people. What is going to be the streets? They'll be a shithole, won't they? Sorry. I've seen the streets. And that's what I guess I'm an activist now. I guess I'm a TikTok activist now. Fine.
Greta Thunberg is an activist. Alan's a cunt. How on earth has he got the audacity to claim to be an activist? And if he wants to be, he can step into that arena and get arrested like the fucking rest of them, can't he? Alan's a political activist now. And his activism extends as far as sitting in his own fucking bedroom, reading things off the internet into TikTok. Please help to fund the activism. Welcome to Patreon. You paid for a true crime thing, and now you're getting this.
They'll be a shithole, won't they? Sorry. I've seen the streets. And that's what I guess I'm an activist now. I guess I'm a TikTok activist now. Fine.
Just stop Alan. Just stop Ahmed, he wants, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Trying to stick up for the older generation of my country. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm going to joke.
But no, you said it was for your children, you bellend. Now it's to stick up for the old people. Whatever.
No.
I'll show you what I'm doing
like
now.
It or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Well, I think a lot of you will. I guess I'm a TikTok activist now. Trying to stick up for the older generation of my country. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm going to show you what I do now. Whether you like it or not. Well, I think a lot of you will. I don't know how many of you actually watch my TikToks. I don't know.
There's only 10 of them watching his Patreon, you fucking bellend.
But you need to. Because our country needs awakening. You need to wake up. To what's
Obviously,
going on,
you're narrowing down your audience to just British people then, yeah?
which is a replacement of the indigenous population.
Indigenous population.
Just like the American Red Indians and the Aborigines
Alan, you're not indigenous, you're indigent.
and other things were being replaced. I know we've been replaced before down in history, with the Saxons and Normans.
Oh,
I know Germany tried to replace us, didn't they? Not so long ago. Right, so here's one I made. This is my thoughts, all right? So just join me. Listen to a few of my thoughts. And
no. I'm not watching your TikToks on your channel, on your Patreon. I watch them on my channel, on Battery Exhausted, on Not to Watch. No, I'm not watching your TikToks, no.
Google just got
Oh.
trumped. Togoda, the only 100% private thematic AI search
Skip.
today, right? It's called the Looking Glass.
What? What's this now?
So that's the sort of thing we do, guys. Unfortunately, in our country, the YouTuber was jailed today, right? It's called the Looking Glass.
A YouTuber called The Looking Glass was jailed today.
A young man, unfortunately, in our country, the YouTuber was jailed today, right? It's called the Looking Glass.
Okay. I was just looking to see if he's got his app and like if he's signed up to YouTube, but he doesn't have the app open.
Young man, that guy there, a YouTuber, was jailed yesterday for 2 years. 2 years.
Right. I presume he's some right-wing racist arsehole, yeah?
Just reported in the Manchester Evening News.
What's he been jailed for?
Can't see it.
You can't see it, no. Like, you're not even doing this properly, Alan. You've got to show the things on the screen. Like, if you want to show the news, like I did when I was showing people the news that you were reading from, you show it on the screen like this, look. You're paying for StreamYard. You're obviously not using it to its full potential, no? No? So why are you paying for it at all if you don't even use it properly? All you need to do is talk into the computer, like, and have it broadcast. So you might as well just use free streaming software because you're not doing anything else. Like, what is the point in using StreamYard and claiming to be spending money on it when you can't even do the basics of a stream? Like, you just throw, and it's not about, oh, well, it's hard or this. It's not hard. It's really fucking easy. Every other person on the internet does it. You're holding up your phone, Alan. You've been doing it for fucking years. Like, literally, I've been looking at you on the internet for 2 years. You've been doing that. You were doing it before I came along. Holding up your phone. Are you not capable of doing even the basics? But yes, you are, because sometimes you show us something on the screen, don't you? Like your TikToks. So you are capable of showing us the TikToks. Why not the other stuff? Like, that's actually baffled me now. Baffled like Peter Folding. I'm baffled like Peter Folding. Why certain things just get the phone treatment and other things get the TikToks? I will never understand that. I mean, I know certain things he's lying about, so he just wants to show them and pretend it's like, but
he's jailed for stirring up racial hatred outside the famous Asylum Hotel. That's where it all went off, isn't it?
Well, that's why he's been
Former chef Aaron Johnson.
He's not jailed for being a YouTuber, has he? He's been jailed for going to a riot.
Misinformation. Foul-mouthed rap over host is right there, really. He got Angry and Anger outside the hotel in Stockport, and had 30,000 people watching his live, right? Because it was on the news, right? And he's there. 30,000 viewers. He'd been to the pub and seen stuff on Twitter, decided to go there. And he made up stories about the migrants throwing bricks and motorists. He just made it up. I mean, to be honest, he was drunk. He's silly what he did. But the thing is, you can't do that now. He's gone straight to jail.
You can't even get drunk and head down to your local riot to make up lies about foreign people these days without getting some sort of legal punishment. It's a freedom of speech issue, if anything, isn't it? You should be allowed to riot and then make up lies about the other rioters. And I don't know which aspect of that he's gone to jail for. Like whether the 30,000 people on his live stream even mattered, like, or whether he's just recording himself committing crimes. I don't know.
I mean, he's got an unfortunate background himself. He's homeless and all that, you know. And he was sort of angry about being homeless, but they had, you know, the hotel. So I won't repeat what he said, but basically,
he was able to go to the pub that afternoon before he went to the fucking riot, though. So
he lost his head and ended up being arrested. Of course, they found him on YouTube, didn't they? And off to jail you go. And that's what it's like now.
Except for you, Alan. They didn't find you because you were quietly away on Rumble. And then you deleted all your videos. But we may still be able to get, you know, they may still be able to get something out of the streams that I've done. And, you know, Rumble don't. I believe that when you delete a video, I know on YouTube, if you delete it, it's not just gone. YouTube still have it, but you've deleted it, like, you know, sort of thing. So if there's a legal issue, then they can say, oh, well, we can supply that to the police, of course. I hope they do with you.
That's what it's like. That's why Elon Musk says that we're descending. There's no other country that locks people up like that. Really, is there? I mean, basically, I had a time trying to get people locked up for giving me hate crime. I never got.
Yeah, you tried to get me locked up for giving you hate crime, but there's no hate crime. And you did try to get me locked up, and instead the police put a warning on your system. Your local police have got a red flag on your name that says Alan Vinicum, problem person, harasser, has been trying to get this guy locked up in Stratford upon Avon, is a bad person. Don't if he calls you and says, oh, do this and do that, treat him with a pinch of salt, because he's a fucking liar and a bad person. That last bit I added myself, but yeah, that's what's happened to you. Yeah, you did have a good old time trying to get me locked up, you prick.
Anyway,
grass.
Well, it seems, according to hate crime,
and it wasn't a hate crime, but you do hate crimes.
There's 5 types of hate crime: race, religion, disability, sexual orientation.
And you had a pop at my race, my religion, my disability, and well, I don't know if mental health counts as a disability, but you know, like he took it as such, like, and yeah, go on.
Transgender.
My gender, no, not that. Although, you know, there's people who are pretty eggy about the fact that they've seen me in a picture in a dress, so.
Hate crime can be prosecuted for hate if it's demonstrating hostility based on race, religion, sexual, you know, those things, right? So you cannot stir up hatred. You can't go on YouTube live and say, look what's happening.
You can't call me a batty boy repeatedly on your stream.
In here. No. You got to be very careful these days, which I am. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to cover this. And really, I'm more about warning us.
Alan, he just said his content is right on the borderline of hate crime, and he has to be very careful.
Keep an eye on things, you know. And I am hoping that this mass immigration abates, because we can't afford it. And it's not about race or religion. Nothing to do with those two things. Is it? It's to do with we haven't got room and we can't afford it. Anyway, so follow my TikTok stuff if you're interested in current affairs and what's going on. There's a lot of stuff about Starmer. Good grief. They're corrupt as anything, aren't they? All the free gifts they get, don't they? And Khan, the mayor, he's just admitted he's had £100,000 worth of gifts. Gee grief. They've all had it. They're all at it, aren't they? Lord Ali, come on, give us... Lord Ali's been...
Do you think that if you vote for Nigel Farage and Reform, that it'll be any better? Or do you think it might be worse? It might be worse. When Nigel Farage went to the European Union, they got elected in, as an antagonist, but he didn't do any voting or anything positive. He just fucking rode the gravy train. Free money, free life, free money, free dinner. Now he's an MP, same thing. He's not doing public services. He's not doing, what do you call them, when you have a surgery. He's not doing those public surgeries. Just free money, gravy train, nice dinner. If this is what goes on, why are these people so hell-bent on politically pushing another bunch of arseholes that are going to ravage them even harder? Are they not... It's because they're stupid, isn't it? It's because these people are stupid. Really stupid.
Sponsoring them all. So that's my interest now. Politics, current affairs, and trying to get some sort of help for our culture. Trying to make our culture survive.
What are you on about?
I mean, what we're going to do without Morris men? When I think of Scotland, I think of kilts. Tossed in the caber, right?
No, I'm cuddling you now.
I think of the Welsh. I think of...
Too much meowing equals a cuddle.
Their national dress and sheep.
No, it's cuddle.
And stuff like that. When I think of Ireland, I think of the pubs, the Irish pubs, St. Patrick's Day. I should think more of Wales, really.
So I'm missing his stereotyping. Let me listen again.
For our culture. Trying to make our culture survive. I mean, what we're going to do without Morris men? When I think of Scotland, I think of kilts. Tossed in the caber, right? I think of the Welsh. I think of their national dress and sheep.
When I think of the Welsh, I think of their national dress and sheep. You obviously don't think of their national dress because you can't even imagine what it might possibly be, could you, Alan? Could you? And sheep. So that's not at all offensive to Welsh people, is it? We need to protect the culture of this British Isles. In Scotland, they wear kilts and toss the caber. And in Wales, they have sheep. Alan's the biggest sheep of the lot. He's got nothing in his head apart from all this bollocks that he gets fed from people who are a bit more manipulative and a bit more smart than he is. He sucks at the teat of the fucking establishment. Like right wing, we talk about, right? Forget right wing. This is the greedy establishment. Alan is desperate to get them back in so they can just do him harder. He thinks he's like anti-establishment and conspiracy and and all that. Alan just really wants what he really wants. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. He doesn't understand it because he's so dumb. I kind of make that point over and over again, don't I?
And stuff like that. When I think of Ireland, I think of the pubs, the Irish pubs, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, which is you're not thinking of the Irish pubs, Alan. You're thinking of pubs in England on St. Patrick's Day. So you're thinking of a load of stereotypes. You're thinking of Guinness and being drunk and I don't know, like a green hat. I
should think more of Wales, really.
I just want to point out, when I think of Ireland, I think of rolling fields and St. Francis driving the snakes out. Or was it St. Patrick that drove the snakes out? Didn't St. Francis do a lot of stuff in Ireland? I think of I suppose the Troubles, like Catholicism. There's a lot of traditional woodcraft and folklore in Ireland as well, isn't there? Folklore, and also I think of the pub and Guinness, and they get drunk on St. Patrick's Day.
Can't think much about it. Anyway.
Music. What about the Irish music? That drum thing. Do 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 do. A Cayley. Or is that Scottish? Scottish Cayley as well, isn't it? Anyway, look, I can't believe Alan's so bad. Like, when I think of all the... Like, I just want to reiterate this, I don't just take it back. If you're in chat and you give a shit, like, tell me some nice things about these countries, because otherwise it's, you know, going to be recorded in the annals of history, according to Alan, that Scotland is kilts and cabers, Welsh is sheep, and Ireland is drunks.
Trying to make our culture survive. I mean, what we're going to do without Morris men? When I think of Scotland, I think of kilts, Scotland the caber, right? I think of the Welsh, I think of their national dress and sheep and stuff like that. When I think of Ireland, I think of the pubs, the Irish pubs, St. Patrick's Day. I should think more of Welsh, really. Can't think much about it. Anyway, and then there's us, nothing. I think, well, we got the Morris men, right?
Well, I don't think it's that we have an absence of culture in England, specifically England now, not Great Britain, but England. I don't think it's that we have an absence of culture. I think it's just that Alan is uncultured. How about that? Like, we've got the National Opera and the National Theatre. We've got the Royal Shakespeare Theatre in my town. That's all quite cultural, isn't it? Quite cultural. I mean, you could even talk about drum and bass and breakbeat and garage, you know. Talk about Brian Harvey, couldn't you? Talk about Brian Harvey and his career that spanned that early part with E17, but then he went into that breakbeat garage phase, and that's like real cultural, like real hardcore culture, like inventing culture, being on the cutting edge and the cusp when it's happening. Like, I don't think we lack culture. I think it's just Alan doesn't really understand what culture is. Partake in it is a burden upon it. Am I putting it as a premiere? It's a marathon. I don't know. I'm just doing it. I have no idea. I assume it will end up on battery exhausted because these things tend to.
Men.
How long have I been talking? What's going on? I'm supposed to be playing that video game. What time is it? Have I been going on ages? I told you at the start, I'm really chilled. I've had a really good weekend. I'm stoned and I'm just going to like chill. So where's my button? I can't see how long we've been on. 3 hours. And I've only been talking about Alan for 3 hours. Fuck.
The dad's trying to make
It's his fault.
with bells
No, it's my fault.
on their shit.
It's your fault. It's no, wait. It's not going to be his fault, is it? Because he's a fucking narcissist. And so it won't be my fault because I'm also a fucking narcissist, yeah? So no, it has to be your fault, basically. It's your fault. Also, if you could give us both money.
That's all. More Welsh, really. Can't think much about it. Anyway, and then there's us, nothing. I think, well, we got the Morris men, right? Men that dance around a maypole with bells on their shoes. That's all we got. But I still want to...
Do you know that a chip butty in the rain is culture? Do you know that? Do you know that a song on a football terrace is culture? Do you know that? Do you know that fireworks on Guy Fawkes night, and whether you like it or not, like a pork bap or a sparkler and a hot dog, that's culture? Do you know that? Do you know that a market on a Sunday, that's culture? Can be. It's commerce as well, but it can be quite cultural in places. I think. Like culture, I think as well, like, you know, if you push hard on the real, you know, strongly emblematic symbols of culture, you know, like the King's Road in London, or like, I don't know, the Hacienda in Manchester. The Hacienda. Oh, he said the Hacienda. Oh, that's my place, that is. That's my one, that is. No, Scott can't have the Hacienda. That's my one, that is. Get off me Hacienda. That's mine, that is. You know, that's sort of like, but like, there's so much culture. Like, our communities and our spaces are rich with it. You know, Banksy, that's culture. That's from Bristol. You're from that area, Alan. You know, in Bristol, there's fucking loads of culture. You know, there's clubs on boats, and there's art movements, and there's I feel like he just doesn't understand what the word means. Alexa, define culture. Alexa, she should say yes or something, shouldn't she? Alexa, define culture.
As a noun, culture is usually defined as the quality in a person or society that arises from a concern for what is regarded as excellent in arts, letters, manners,
I didn't know
As a
that.
verb, culture is usually defined as to subject to culture, cultivate. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for culture.
No thanks. It defined as excellent. I didn't realise that. I thought it was just more sort of the traditions and the sort of social norms that, you know. I assumed there was a lot involved with art, but the mop is culture. The mop's going on at the moment in my town, isn't it? I suppose, yeah, it is culture. Someone was sick on the floor in the town, so I suppose that's culture. My friend went with his kid and he said it was bad. He spent loads of money. Didn't like it. Someone was sick on the floor. I'm not going. Rude boy culture. Like, roots in culture. I just thought I'd just assume what the word meant because it's just, you know, going on around you, isn't it? It's fashion, it's music, it's art. You know, it's the zeitgeist of the moment. It's traditions. It's all woven together. It's, you know, Benjamin Zephaniah's poems. It's there's a culture of there's a culture of violence in Westminster. You know, it's culture. Culture. I keep saying the word. It's going to get worse. Is Kelly here? Don't know.
Protect it. And I want to protect our children.
He wants to protect the culture that he doesn't even understand exists and what it is.
I want to protect my children.
He wants to protect children. Now, Alan, because he wanted, remember, he wanted money for himself. He wanted to do this for the children. He wanted to protect the world. He's on a mission. He's an activist. He doesn't really know what his ideology or agenda is. And he's doing it for the old people who haven't got any money because of the pensions. But now he's also doing it to protect children. It's mainly to protect children, isn't it? The best way to protect children is to give Alan loads of money so he can stay at home and play poker, because then he'll stay at home and play poker, hopefully. And the only children, well, he'll still be online, so that won't be the best thing to protect the children, but at least he won't be out, like, you know.
I don't want the demographics
The best way to protect children is to have Alan arrested.
of changing us over to like enclaves of like, that's one country there, that's one country there, that's another country there. Really?
Really, what he means is he doesn't want there to be like Chinatown and, you know, different parts of the city are dominated by different people of different cultures. So what he's arguing for is integration. Integration, Alan. If we worked harder at trying to integrate society, then that wouldn't be such a problem. But then you're working against that. You're saying, no. I don't want to. I'm going to resist it entirely. I'm going to say no to any of it. It's not happening, no. So you can't stop the flow of the water. Like, you can't, like, it's like you've got to accept what's happening in the reality as well, haven't you? But yeah, no integration, according to Alan, then no integration.
I don't really want protests in London about other people's wars, really.
You don't want protests in London about other people's wars. Okay, but you don't get to choose what people protest about. If you don't like it, you can counter-protest, and there has been a really paltry counter-protest. But, like, protesting a protest is silly, isn't it? Like, in a way. Like, you're like, you should protest the things that you do want, and, like, you know, the positive action you want to see. Like, we want people to stop giving bombs and guns and money to the wars so they blow up those people. Stop giving the money for those bombs, please. Like, and they're like, hey, we just want you to not have your protest because we don't know what you're saying. We're on the other side of the coin in a way, but we don't really know what you're arguing about. Like, he doesn't want people to be able to protest. Well, sorry, you want free society and free speech and everything, don't you? Like,
to like enclaves of like, that's one country there, that's one country there, that's another country
he's
there.
just a confused old bastard.
Really? I don't really want protests in London about other people's wars, really.
No.
Imagine if all wars were protested in the streets of London.
Alan, You grew up in a world where all wars were protested in the streets of London. Do you not remember? No, because you weren't there. Not in London. But like the whole hippie movement, I mean CND, ban the bomb, disarm. All wars have been protested routinely. Not just the individual wars when they happen, which are then protested. Pretty much all of them, I assume, at some stage have been, you know what I mean? But the concept of all war has been protested against. Like, world peace. Alan is against world peace, or is against people protesting in favour of world peace. Enough about this world peace. Can you shut up about world peace? Let the wars happen, for crying out loud. Stop moaning. Go back in your... Well, don't go back in your individual communities. Just get back on the boats and leave. Just for crying out loud. Wait, what do you mean you're from this country? Well, you're not from this country. Second generation... just look, can we just...
Yemen, China. There's just this one, isn't it? It's just this one particular one. I don't know.
It's not that one particular war, you idiot.
We're all doomed. I used to say that.
Dad's army.
That's army. We're doomed.
In Scottish, though.
We're all
We're doomed. We're doomed.
doomed. Anyway, gotta keep your chin up, guys. And
Yeah, now that I've disappointed you for an hour, time to keep your chin up.
soldier on. But anyway, that's I'll finish for the day. But I will do a rundown of my TikTokies once a week for you.
I do the rundown of his TikTokies once a week. Now he's copying me.
Thanks for coming in to my live tonight, those of you that are here.
Thanks for coming in my face tonight, those of you that are here.
If you're watching this tomorrow, thank you for your support. Don't know what I'd do without you.
You just have slightly less money, basically. Just slightly less money. Because it's not a lot on your Patreon. It can't be a lot. So slightly less. And then you wouldn't have to pay for StreamYard either, so it just work out as a balance. You've already told us you're struggling to afford all this stuff, so it's not working out. Like, why not just not do the patrons, not do the Rumble, and then not pay for StreamYard? Job done. Because you don't need StreamYard for TikTok, do you? So...
Really don't. I really don't. I'll see you again soon, guys. Good night.
Unless it turns out that this is earning you more money than the costs that you went on about, the £250 you needed. Unless this is bringing in more money. And if it's bringing in more money, then you might want to keep doing it, mightn't you? On the blag. You Rob Dog. Look at his little face looking at me. Bastard. He's like, your stream was had a glitch. Yeah. It's not as good as StreamYard, is it? Yeah. Well, no, like, it might be obs, just it has the occasional little crash, but it's free. Like, it's not as good as StreamYard. I'm not paying for it though, am I? Angry Eddie's hacked your computer, and sometimes he presses a button and crashes your obs. Don't think so. Yeah, you should live in my world of like fucking mad conspiracy. Don't want to, no thanks. Do you want to see some pictures of kids? No. I'll give you 2 pictures for free, and then I've got a big folder, and you can have the folder for 50 quid. No. 30 quid. No. It's not about the cost of the folder. I don't want it at all. Peter Folding's flown his helicopter over your house. Every time you see a helicopter, you think it's Peter Folding. You're going to spend your life looking over your shoulder. You think you're so good you smell. No one's going to want to kiss you. swamp don kiss. Kiss of a swamp don kiss. I'm inventing a new meme. And Alan doesn't even say but now he does. Like that. You think you're so good. What happens if you marry a Muslim? You think you're so good, but you might marry a Muslim. Why don't you marry one of your Chinese ladies that you like looking at? Nice person who thought he was so good, got pushed in the canal. Splash. Splash. I think you're so fucking good. Why don't you just fucking you smell of curries. You think you're so good. Smell this. You're not even good at YouTube, you smell this. Look at the way he goes and hides at the end. Look. Comes up, says something, doesn't he? And then he goes and hides because he's a little coward. Smelly. And he goes and hides like that.